is drawing criticism from President Trump, who says, "We want the hostages back, but we are not thrilled about the way that went down." Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu, though, stands behind his decision to green-light the mission.
Israel acted wholly independently, and we take full responsibility for this action. This action can open the door to an end of the war.
While a half dozen people were killed in the airstrike, Hamas says no members of its senior leadership were among them. Poland describes it as an act of aggression by Russia. Prime Minister Tusk says a large number of Russian drones entered Polish airspace overnight, many of them shot down with the help of the NATO allies. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen.
Just today we have seen a reckless and unprecedented violation of Poland and Europe's airspace by more than 10 Russian Shahid drones. Europe stands in full solidarity with Poland.
In the wake of the horrific murder of a young woman in a light rail car in Charlotte, North Carolina, the White House condemning soft on crime policies embraced by so many cities and states.
This beautiful, innocent 23-year-old young woman was a Ukrainian refugee who had recently fled her country for a chance at a safer life and a promising new beginning here in the United States of America. But tragically, a public transportation system in a major American city was more dangerous than the active war zone that she left.
White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt. President Trump says he's ready to help another U.S. city fight crime. We expect the details later today. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed. The Dow futures down 63 points and NASDAQ futures up 79. More on these stories at townhall.com.
They say timing is everything in the gold and silver markets, and it's true. Dennis Prager here for AmFed Coin and Bullion. Although you can buy at the right time, if you buy the wrong coins, you may not make a profit. When gold was $400 an ounce, many people were talked into buying high-grade old gold and silver collector's coins. Unfortunately, most of the people who bought these so-called semi-numismatic coins, like the $20 St. Gaudens and Liberty Head gold coins, have not broken even on their investment. Incredible, given that gold has risen approximately 525% since then. So while timing is everything, if you buy the wrong coins, the timing simply doesn't matter. Having a dealer who cares about positioning you in the right types of coins or bullion will mean more to your portfolio than anything else. That's why I deal with Nick Rovich and AmFed Coin and Bullion. Whether you're buying or selling, call 800-221-7694. That's 800-221-7694. Or go to AmericanFederal.com. AmericanFederal.com.
British Prime Minister Starmer is holding talks with visiting Israeli President Herzog. Some British MPs are condemning the move as the more radical among them demand Herzog's arrest.
The visit was already controversial before Israel's airstrikes in Doha yesterday. The President of Israel has a largely ceremonial role, but Isaac Herzog was accused of using dehumanizing language against Palestinians in Gaza back in October 2023. Sir Keir Starmer's spokesman said he'd raise with President Herzog the steps Israel must take to end what he called the horrific suffering happening there now. 60 MPs have written to Sir Keir asking what legal advice the government was given over whether President Herzog's visit is compatible with the UK's obligations under the Genocide Convention.
The BBC's Caroline Hawley. Iran and the International Atomic Energy Agency have signed an agreement opening the way for resuming cooperation, including ways of resuming inspections of Iran's nuclear facilities. Townhall.com. A federal court says Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook can keep her job, at least for now.
Last month, Trump said he was firing Cook over allegations raised by one of his appointees that she committed mortgage fraud. Cook's lawyers have argued her firing was unlawful because presidents can only remove Fed governors for cause. That's typically meant inefficiency, neglect of duty, or malfeasance while in office. The allegations involve Cook's purchase of 2 properties in 2021 before she joined the Fed. Trump's repeatedly criticized the traditionally independent Fed and Chair Jerome Powell for being too slow to lower interest rates. Ben Thomas, Washington.
Apple has introduced its next generation of iPhones, including a new ultra-thin model and a slight price hike for one of its high-end models. The iPhone 17 lineup includes a new slimmed-down model that will adopt the Air name. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The devil said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Yes, happy Wednesday and happy opening day.
Yes. Air Race is officially air racing today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race.
There you go. Yeah. Yep, they're already up. I'm seeing some of my groups that are participating. They're already heading out there and getting ready for the day and all that good stuff.
I got called out on my my nonsense by my kids yesterday.
Ooh.
I know. It almost never happened. I was driving along, and I kept hearing, shoo, shoo. I'm like, hey, kids, listen, you can hear the planes up, getting ready, practicing racing. Rihanna goes, Dad, I think that's just the cars. And sure enough, it was... The guy behind me had a Hemi, in fairness, okay? It was making a lot of, jet-esque noises. Dad, I think that's just the cars. It's real hard. It hits a special level of hard when your under 15-year-old children call you out.
Yeah. Now you know what you need to do, though. Rest of the week, just randomly go,
just, Dad's lost it.
Hear that? Hear those planes?
Hear those planes, kids?
You want to get some pizza?
Gonna try to do it. What's Sheldon Cooper style?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The Doppler effect or whatever. Yeah. Are you a train? Close.
That's close. That's, oh my gosh, I love that character. That is maybe one of the best played characters in history.
Yeah. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that. Was last night on the news. I can't remember if it was the national news or the local. I think it was the national news, the NBC nightly news or whatever.
Right.
They had a story about a real life young Sheldon / Doogie Howser, and this kid. This kid's, I don't know, 10, 12. He's young, Sheldon age, young Sheldon age. When you in that show, the early seasons, not the later one.
I think I might know this story.
And the kid's like a uber genius, and he's already got his doctorate, and he's just like Sheldon.
This is a little different than the one I heard. There's one I heard where there's a kid, he's 18 years old.
Yeah,
or
this kid's younger.
17 years old, and he for the last year and a half has been successfully playing a doctor at a doctor's office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, portraying one. No, nobody ever called him on it.
Well, I saw there was a lady that played a nurse, but that wasn't a kid.
There's that one, and then there's Malachi Love Robinson.
Yeah,
which I only know that name because
it's a unique name.
There's a YouTube channel that I watch where they kind of have a certain cast of characters that they always come back to, and he's one of them. He's multiple times been busted trying to portray either a clinical doctor or in one case a surgeon, which is terrifying.
Right.
And it's just some kid who just had an obsession with the medical field.
Why don't you just go actually be a doctor?
That's what I said. Well, go to school, dude.
Get trained.
Put the amount of effort you're putting into portraying a doctor into going to school.
You'd make a whole lot more money, I bet.
Yeah, they'd pay you to be there. You don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder for cops every day.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be there.
maybe he, it's the rush is the edge. I don't want to be certified.
Well, and he was also scamming some of his patients out of insurance money. And
so
things
he
of
was
that
also
nature.
a creep on top.
Well,
of being
of course, you don't fake being a doctor without having a little creepiness baked in there.
Maybe a Patch Adams type going on, or something. He just liked helping people.
I just wanted to help myself to their money.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah.
But happy Wednesday and happy opening day of the championship air races out there. Hopefully some folks get out there and spend some time watching some races and partaking in all the fun and festivities.
I'm seeing a lot of the discourse online, and I'll just say this. Roswell, be kind. Just be kind. We have one chance to make a first impression here. Be kind.
It's not hard. But
simple as that.
It's gonna be fun. We'll get through it.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
We'll get through it. It's like you said, lessons will be learned this week. But we'll get through it. And it'll be even better next year and better after that and after that. So that's what it's all about. So, but yeah, day one of the fun starts today, and hopefully, knock on wood, safety. Everyone has a great safe races today.
I will say this: I'm very thankful for which side of the Roswell International Air Center this is happening on.
No.
Because it's not the side where my kid's mom lives. So the chaos isn't necessarily centralized in her neighborhood.
Well, the racing part's over parts unpopulated. We got those areas. That's another reason why they came here, because we got lots of unpopulated.
A lot of unincorporated land.
But it's going to be fun, and don't forget, like in between the races and stuff, they'll have like if you go on the airrace.com website or get a schedule of the events on Facebook or wherever you get your stuff, you'll see there's like different military flyovers and different in between the races and stuff, and check those out. Those are always cool too. So
yeah,
a good time will be had even when the racing is not racing. You can get lots of stuff in between to keep you occupied and entertained.
Hit up the booths, get yourself some commemorative pins and coins.
Yeah. Get you coined up. Get
Kins and coins.
Well, like, you think about it. Like, you could have mementos from the first air race.
So I'm saying there's only ever going to be a first Roswell air races, so get that memorabilia while you can. Even if it's just like a program or something that denotes the first one. Cause,
that kid? The Doogie kid, he wants to be a pediatric neurosurgeon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, when I was a kid, I used to say I wanted to be a mechanical engineer because I thought it sounded, like complicated and made me sound important. Then I found out how much schooling I had to go through to get there.
What one was.
I'm going to be on the radio.
Well, to this kid's credit, I think he's got a better shot than
much better, yeah.
we did of being a mechanical engineer.
I had Oklahoma public schools, all right? There's only so much you can do with that.
But yeah, I got a text from my wife saying that. It took me a full minute. Who, what? Oh, the kid we were talking about earlier. I was trying to put context to the text.
Mike's like, baseball.
And I'm thinking, the kid's scamming people about doctors? But it's going to be a fun week. Sorry, I was jumping subjects there. But just the way the text rolled in, it happened. Squirrel.
But visit some of the vendors out there. Make sure to patronize those folks out there.
But like you think, like 20 years from now, you like open that scrapbook and you got that like scarf or T-shirt or button or whatever from the first air races. Like that, and then Grandpa or Grandma, I'm going to give it to my kid here. Grandkid, yes.
I remember we opened a box one time, and this was one of the houses that we had lived in here in Roswell. They just had a bunch of stuff in storage, and it stayed there for 10, 15 years. We never really bothered to look at it. And then finally we cracked one open, and it had a bunch of NIMI stuff in it. The Mexican Military Institute, but from the early 1900s.
Yeah.
We found this banner, and it was from 1935 from the Mexico Military Institute. The only problem was they didn't mothball the box, so there's a bunch of little holes just all over the thing. Yeah, it sort of wrecked it. Lesson learned, kids. Mothball your boxes.
There you go. Well, I remember when my grandmother died. This was late 80s, so like 88, 89 we were.
Okay.
And we were cleaning out her house. And they lived in that house for, all the kids growing up. So, a long time.
A while.
So you imagine the amount of collective things.
Mm-hmm.
And, when we were cleaning that's when I found, like, if the stuff was in better shape, it would have probably worth, like, I found my Uncle Jimmy's, like, old Sports Illustrateds from the 60s, 70s.
Oh, wow.
And, they were all kind of beat up, and so they weren't worth nothing because they're all dog-eared and chewed up and missing pages and, all that stuff.
A couple of them stuck together.
Right. You like sports. But
he was a fan.
But it was neat to just go through and read them and see the articles, see the commercials.
Oh, that's my favorite part. Flipping through like old magazines, there's like old Newsweeks or whatever, and you see like an ad for like a 1986 Caprice or something.
Yeah.
It's like the car that will change America, and the Chrysler Seabreeze.
And then just even some of the stories about like, even some like baseball greats at the time from the 60s and stuff. And, Roger Maris and this
Really
and that.
excited to see what happens with this Babe Ruth guy.
They weren't that old. But I remember like a lot of Roger Maris stuff in there and reading on. It was cool. It was just seeing it like it was the current publication. It was just cool. I did.
Dateline 1978. A young Henry Aaron steps on the field.
But it was just cool to see. Matter of fact, I loved the hockey ones because they would talk about the goal. It was just great. It was great reading it.
Print ads especially are my favorite because you really get a feel for how people would like dress because they wanted to make sure that the people in print ads were just everyday folk.
Oh yeah.
So you'd see just like women wearing jeans that were hiked higher than Fred Mertz.
Yeah. But like anytime it was liquor
hair.
or cigarettes, they put them in exotic places.
Oh yeah.
Like they'd be on some beach or somewhere, some cliff in California or Italy or something.
Here's a fun fact. And
their booze.
Once you know this, you'll never be able to not notice it.
Yeah.
Any commercial advertisement for alcohol, like on TV or whatever, you will never see them drink.
Yeah.
It's baked into the rules.
Well, for years
of the
they weren't
commercial.
allowed to advertise.
They can absolutely advertise, but they cannot show anyone consuming the product. And you will and you'll notice now, like now that I've pointed out, it never happens. They'll have open containers and be partying and having a good time or whatever, and twins, but you'll never see them consume the product.
Nice. I will observe.
There was even like a parody from like several years ago where it's like, I'm gonna step over there so I can have a sip. Comes back, he's all, that's refreshing. Anyways, but yeah, just.
Is it just liquor or can beer do it?
No, neither one.
Oh, beer can't either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course, you rarely see like liquor ads on TV.
See, I don't think they're allowed to. Yeah, there's rules on some of the liquor stuff because I know for years they weren't allowed to. And,
right.
Like that's why you'd see it on magazines because cigarettes, I think still today they can advertise.
No, cigarettes they can advertise in print,
magazines,
but they cannot advertise on TV. In fact, there was a whole thing about the last hour that tobacco companies were allowed to advertise on TV.
Yeah.
It was, I want to say it was like an episode of like Knots Landing or something. And every commercial break was just wall-to-wall tobacco ads.
Started with the Marlboro Man.
The Marlboro Man rolled out.
And they would Joe Cool.
Joe Camel, come on out, yep. Joe Cool? Snoopy never smoked.
Joe Camel,
yeah,
sorry.
Joe Camel.
Sorry, I messed up my childhood cigarette mascots. I love seeing those. Like, matter of fact, I saw one of those on the internet the other day of like hospitals back like during World War II, and they're going in visiting, and they have like Mr. Cigarette mascot coming in and he's getting all the patients cigarettes. Relax with one of these.
It cures the humors. Yep. I can't remember what movie it was, but I think this was a parody. But it was a doctor. He had a cigarette hanging out of his mouth, smoke billowing off, and he's literally in between a young lady's like legs doing like a pregnancy check or a gynecology exam or something. It's like something's wrong here. You're wow. I mean, even I understand.
Yeah.
Advertising is a powerful thing, but at some point, you have to feel like this can't be good for me.
Well, back in the day, they did it everywhere. It didn't matter, so you probably wouldn't. It's like watching Like, watch any of the like Apollo movies about Apollo or everything. Just every one of them got a cigarette going in the. It's like
there's like a pile of.
There's like millions of dollars of equipment in here. You think you want to not smoke around it? You know.
This is why, kids, everything that comes from like the 70s and like 80s onwards, that's like technology based, has a yellow tint.
Oh, the
to
hue,
it.
yeah. I mean, most of us that grew up in the 70s can smell our childhood.
Oh my God! Anytime I see like that wood panel wall and then like a couch with a floral pattern,
I'm
like, oh, I can smell this picture. It's not a good smell.
Nope. All right, let me give you the rundown for today's show. We're going to play an interview with the Chaves County Federated Republican Women. Next Wednesday is their monthly meeting, and they want to invite everybody out to that. And also, Cowboy Prom is this Saturday. So you got last-minute chance to get your tickets for that. So we'll play that interview here in mere minutes. Brian Luck, superintendent for the Roswell Independent School District, will join us in the 8 o'clock hour, give us an update on what's happening around the district. Of course, highlights from last school board meeting. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we're going to replay our interview we had yesterday with Dr. Powell from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Of course, they are on remote learning this week because of the air races. However, they are host for a lot of after race activities, movies, the pool, the gym. They're going to have all stuff, the cafeteria. They're going to keep open. They're going to have all kinds of fun stuff for folks to do after air races. So we're going to play that interview, talk about that with Dr. Powell. And we also talk about the bond coming up here, too. And then, of course, we'll have all of your features that include local news, national news, Wall Street business update, sports, blah, 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 et cetera, and so forth. All right, it is 7:21. Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. So we'll stay sunny and warm today, mid-90s. Might be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear with low to mid-60s, and then low to mid-90s for the afternoon high on Thursday, and lots of sunshine. Thursday night looks clear, low 90s and sunny on Friday. Slim chance of a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 64 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 87%. Winds are out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Sunny and 95 for today. Winds will be out of the south, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, skies will be mostly clear. Expect an overnight low of 63 degrees. South winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, sunny, 93 for a high tomorrow. South winds 5 to 10 early, 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Thursday night, mostly clear. Overnight low of 63. South winds 10 to 15. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Friday, sunny and 91. South winds 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Mostly cloudy Friday night. Overnight low of 65 degrees. Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers, partly cloudy and 91. 20% chance of rain Saturday night, mainly before midnight, partly cloudy, overnight low of 63. And for Sunday, expect sunny skies and a high of 91. And then looks like for next week, they'll start out with rain chances at 20% Sunday night, 30% chance of rain Monday, partly cloudy and 88, so a little cooler. 20% on Tuesday with a high of 88 as well. So we'll see how that shapes up. All right, it is 7:23. We're going to go ahead and take a quick commercial break, and then we're going to play our interview with Charlotte Goroulet from the Chaves County Federated Republican Women, talking about their monthly meeting, which is 1 week from today, next Wednesday. So that's up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. More for your trade and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is 28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Some wounds need expert care to heal properly. At Artesia General Hospital's Wound Care and Hyperbaric Medicine Center, we use advanced treatments like hyperbaric oxygen therapy to help chronic wounds heal faster. If you or a loved one has a wound that won't heal, call 575-736-8235 today and take the first step toward recovery.
Hi everyone, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. When was the last time you looked forward to sleep? Let's be honest here, you know a restful night's sleep has more health benefits than you consciously think about during the day. Here at Glenn's, we carry Serta mattresses, and they've been in the business for more than 90 years. Choosing one can be hard, but I want you to know we have your back. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell, where delivery is free since 1953.
When you or a loved one need medical transport, cost and ability to pay shouldn't get in the way. That's why Trans-Aero Medevac, through the generous support of the Written in Red Foundation and the PY Foundation, provide air ambulance memberships to the residents of Eddy County at no out-of-pocket cost. As an Eddy County resident, as long as you're flown by Trans-Aero Medevac, Trans-Aero will accept your insurance or third-party payment with no additional out-of-pocket expense. Best of all, as a resident of Eddy County, you're automatically enrolled, free of charge. Because when minutes matter, financial burden should be the last thing on anyone's mind. You have a choice. Be sure to request Trans-Aero, a streamlined, personal, patient, and family-friendly air ambulance service. Flown for free thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and Trans-Aero Medevac. Life support by air.
Sure, you can inspect your own roof, get out that rickety ladder, crawl around up there and try to spot the problem until... Or you can call the experts at Do Right Roofing. Do Right Roofing has quality products for any type of roof. They can even install seamless gutters. Do Right Roofing will inspect your roof and give you a free estimate fast. Keep your feet on the ground. Call Do Right Roofing today.
575-623-2273. Let Do Right do your roof right. Find them fast in names and numbers.
Prepare for liftoff, Earthlings. Krumland Auto Group is beaming up as a proud sponsor of the 2025 National Championship Air Races. Experience the thrill, the speed, and the skies. Join Krumland Auto Group September 10th through the 14th in Roswell for high-flying action that's truly out of this world. Learn more at KAGNM.com.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
This air race weekend, get your dancing boots on and head to the Liberty in downtown Roswell for the Colt Gibson Band, Saturday, September 13th.
And you're not the first, much less the last notch that you are.
With special guest, Sycamore Flood.
Must be whiskey.
Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. Colt Gibson Band with special guest Sycamore Flood. Saturday, September 13th at the Liberty in Roswell. Get your tickets now at thelibertyinc.com.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Astronauts are not allowed to eat beans before they go into space because passing wind in a spacesuit damages them. The suits for the astronauts. Here's Mike Winters.
To the morning in studio this morning, Charlotte Goulet back with us from the Chavez County Federated Republican Women. Good morning, Charlotte.
Good morning.
How are
Glad
you
to be here.
today?
I'm flying solo today.
all on your lonesome
all
here
on my
today.
lonesome, but have some great information to share. And
it's a busy time.
It is. It
yes.
is a busy time.
Of course, for folks that don't know, usually the Federated Republican Women usually join us about a week prior to their monthly meeting, which is always that third Wednesday of the month.
That's correct.
At the Elks Lodge. It's for the foreseeable future till we can get back to our permanent home here at the convention center. The Elks have been gracious and great hosts for the last several months.
We've had some great feedback, of course. The food is just amazing.
Yeah.
They do a really great job on.
See, and that's all they get the food right, everything else will work itself
right.
out.
Yeah. So it's the third Wednesday of the month. We meet at the Elks, 1720 North Montana.
Yeah, and you're invited to go and pre-order a lunch, or you're not obligated. If you just want to come for the meeting, you can just come and RSVP for that. But they do ask that you RSVP ahead of time here for so they can have a head count for food and all.
Promptly at 12. We have you out of there by 1.
Yeah, so
and we have some very, very informative meetings.
Yeah, usually obviously during election cycles, a lot of time it's usually elected or candidates for elected officials to come in. And this time of year I imagine you get a lot. Right now you start talking a little bit about legislative session stuff because I know it's, August, September time frame, but, we're going to be here in several months. We're going to be hot and heavy talking about this kind of stuff.
That's true.
And so there's a lot of times you'll see a lot of legislators kind of during this time talk about kind of how the sausage is made at a lot of their different, aspects here. And so that's what these meetings are great. If you want to get information about what's going on in our state, in our county, federally even, in terms of from not only the Republican stance, but from a political stance on what's going on, policies, things that we're hearing that other legislatures are going to be bringing up to this next session, things that we want to support, things we don't want to support, all of that.
True. Come and join us. We have a lot of informative speakers. This next meeting will have all of the city council candidates coming
great.
in on the Republican.
So this will be kind of like a candidate forum for the municipal election coming up here.
Yes.
And I say this every single time. The people that impact your day-to-day lives are the folks at your city and county levels. These elected officials, the decisions they make are going to have a greater impact on your life than even a president of the United States will make sometimes.
Locally.
So it is very, very important that you know that when you go to vote, whether check the boxes for the people that truly line up with the things you believe in and not based on pretty signs or I went to church with that guy or whatever that, what people use to make these decisions. You come to these meetings, hear directly out of the horse's mouth what they believe and don't believe. And the cool part is you get to talk with them about it because they're going to be there and you can get there during lunch or a little before or after. And they love to sit and talk with people and then you can get your questions answered and stuff.
Absolutely.
And so, and please, I don't care who you vote for, but vote educated. Vote for people that you believe value and give me good reasons for it. Don't say, well, I see their signs. They got a lot of signs or they're all over the place. That's great. Spending a lot of money doesn't mean they're good at their job.
Well, we have scheduled to speak. Of course, these are all for city council seats. For Ward 1, we have Christina Arnold, who is the incumbent, and Jerry Jano. For Ward 3, the 4-year term, we have Ed Hildebrand, who's the incumbent, and then Nicholas Ballinger. Also, for Ward 3, the 2-year, we have Kurt Gass and Richard Hesse. Ward 4, Robert Horn, who is the incumbent, and for Ward 5, James Ridgway. So come out, listen to them, get familiar. You have an opportunity to come and ask questions. And I'm sure, they'll be just more than happy to visit with you. So make an effort to come out.
And I'm telling you, this is the important, and this is the part that, because this is, and really we're at the level where you're dealing with real people.
Right.
Like, I'm not trying to sound, but as the higher you get, the more polished politicians get. That's just, and let's face it, people that are city councilors or county commissioners for that matter, their day job is something else. They're lawyers, they're shop owners, they're whatever.
Right.
Pastors, whatever, they got daily lives. Whereas when you start getting to, I mean, even at state house and Senate levels, that they have day jobs too, but by and large, that's more of a full-time job for them.
Yeah.
Where
it's amazing to see so many candidates coming out. That's really great. That they are coming out and wanting to represent.
Like I said, that the best part is you see a lot of new names on
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. We want people to get involved in our community, give choices. But this is why I come into this meeting. So come and enjoy a great meal with us at the Elks Lodge next Wednesday. But RSVP and let's hear what these candidates have to say.
Absolutely.
It's only been about a week or two since they've officially announced the
Yes.
candidates listings, and so we're all still kind of digesting who's running and all this kind of thing.
Exactly.
And so this is really your first opportunity to
Put a face to
hear
a name
and hear about it.
listen.
I know Leadership Roswell alumni, they're working on their candidate forum later on and all that, but this is your get involved in all these. When the paper does their thing, get involved with that too,
and enjoy a great meal.
Yeah. So I got to ask, what's on the menu?
On the menu is chicken strips and gravy, baked potato, and a salad.
All right.
Dessert, tea and water for $17.
Can't beat that.
Cannot beat that.
$17 nowadays gets you like a Happy Meal, I think is about it. Yeah.
That's absolutely correct. Yeah. So, if you're interested, give us a call.
Absolutely.
Shout out. We can, we're on Facebook.
And if you're not hungry, you don't have to. But I'm
No.
telling you right now, you're going to not be hungry. No, I'm going to be good, not eat.
Yeah.
Then you're going to get there, and it's going to smell good. It's like, I should have got a meal. So just
Right.
go ahead and get the meal.
The door opens at 11:30. You have an opportunity to eat before,
Yeah.
the candidates
And then
start speaking.
right up at noon is when the basically the
meeting starts.
portion of the event.
Yeah.
And like I said, you get them out of there by 1 o'clock, so
Absolutely.
they can go back to their day jobs and all that good stuff.
Very true.
But please come. And like you said, since in theory, all of the candidates should be there that are available will come. And like I said, they usually get there early, and they'll be sitting and mingling and stuff at the beginning, and it's a chance to network and catch up and chat with people. It's a great business opportunity too if you're looking to make some business connections.
Absolutely.
I highly recommend you come
network.
out and network a little bit too.
I know it's a busy time. We've got the air races that are going to be starting, but come out, for an hour,
Absolutely.
and a half. Listen to the candidates.
Absolutely.
Enjoy a great lunch, network.
Yeah.
And then you can continue with your day.
And this will all be next Wednesday.
Right.
It's always unless otherwise noted, it's the third Wednesday of the month, 11:30 at the Elks Lodge. You can put it on your calendars and things. That's the monthly schedule for it. And especially since we got municipal elections coming up, and then next year's an election year.
Right.
These meetings are going to get a little bit busier, a little bit more informative each month as we get close to these things.
Yeah, we're hoping for next month that we can have all of the candidates running for mayor and the school board. So, that we're going to have a full calendar. Yeah.
These are the people that really impact your day-to-day life much more than a president or someone that's on the news every night. These are the folks that make those decisions.
Yeah.
Make an educated choice when you do.
Right. And, we also have the Cowboy Prom that is scheduled for the 13th.
That's this weekend?
That
Yes.
is this weekend. So if you're interested in purchasing tickets, we still have tickets available.
So when you're done sweating and everything, and kick back, maybe cut a rug or two, and enjoy a great evening of great food, great music, silent auction. And again, all of the proceeds from the Cowboy Prom go into like scholarship programs and all the charity work that the Chaves County Federated
Absolutely.
Republican Women
It helps
do.
us, reach out to the community and support the community.
Yeah,
with-
so
with
come
our
and,
efforts.
and this is I'd say annual event, but it's a non-election year annual event.
Right.
It happens every year. There's non-election years.
Correct.
And that is this year.
Biennial.
So there will not be one next year, but there is
No.
one this year. So, and it's this Saturday. It'll be out at the fairgrounds there in the
fairgrounds.
education building.
Arts and Crafts.
Arts and Crafts building, sorry.
Arts and Crafts building. Graham Brothers will be performing. $75 per ticket if you want to enjoy a great meal catered by Peppers.
Peppers is once again
Right.
on the grill,
Mhm.
doing the brisket and what have you there. I
Yes,
think,
the green chili brisket.
Yeah.
And, we'll have dancing only at 7:30. Doors will open.
So if you want to come just
Right.
and dance, you can get a cheaper ticket to do
$25
that.
just
That
for the
does not
dancing.
include the meal and things. But if you want to, I'm telling you, you're going to get there, you're going to smell the brisket, and you're like,
Again.
I should have eaten. So you're going to regret that. So go ahead and get your meal and all that. Is there still tables available now? Or is that pretty
Yes.
much filled?
We still have tables available. And, we have, if you want to just come in and enjoy the meal, $75
Mhm.
for a ticket, $25 for dancing.
And,
so
and
reach
if you
out
know,
to Angel Mays at the Calico Cal.
Okay, but
Yeah.
pretty much any Federated Republican Women member can get you a
Yes.
ticket or get you in touch with a
Absolutely.
ticket. If you don't know Angel directly or don't know a Chaves County Federated Republican Women member, go to their Facebook page, just Chaves County Federated Republican Women, type some combination thereof. It should pop right up on your search. Shoot a message, and then
We have our email, which is rsvpccfrw.
And you go directly through that, too.
.com,
Yeah.
right? You can RSVP that way. You can give us a call. You can stop by Calico Cal, purchase your
But-
ticket, or reach out to any of the board members.
I am telling you now, you're in officially the 2-minute notice, the 2-minute warning. It is this Saturday.
This Saturday.
We've been talking about it for months. You can't dilly-dally anymore. You got to do it now.
Right.
We're the land of manana. Guess what? It's manana.
It is. That's very true. We encourage, everyone to come out and join us. It's going to be a great time. I
Absolutely.
know, a lot of people will be out at the races, but hey, this is in the evening, during the
Yeah.
evening, and, you can let your hair down and
Come back, have a great meal, have a
Scooter boot and
have a cocktail, and just kick
Right.
back and enjoy, meet with friends, hang out with them, or make some new ones. I'm hoping we get some out of towners come for a night out too.
Oh,
hope
I know.
If you're just looking for a night of dinner and dancing, come after a night of races, come on out and hang out with us.
we did
Love to-
share the information, with the air
And you're
races,
supporting a
so-
great cause because the money's going to go back to
Right.
our scholarships, our kids, our youth, and everybody here.
Yes, absolutely.
Assurance Home, they do a lot of work with Assurance Home,
Yeah,
helping out
we
there.
have-
So that's where that money's going to places
We have
like
various committees, yes, and they all reach out to the community. So, come and join us. Buy a ticket.
that. And I would imagine too. We also probably want to put on radar that we're not far from Veterans Day and all that coming up in November. And I know part of the tradition with the Chaves County, they always do a special November Veterans meeting where they do it to honor the veterans. So that'll be coming up here in a
Yes,
couple
sir.
months too.
Absolutely, that's
And
on our schedule.
Don't sleep on that one. It may be a little early to RSVP, but now's to start thinking about that, plot and plan. And they always like to do a special someone and honor our veterans every year during that. And
Absolutely.
they give them free meals, and they usually like a certificate, and they do it upright, do a thing. And we try to get as many veterans out there and pack the room with as many prior service folks as possible.
Yes. So, save the date or be looking for additional information. We'll
Yeah.
be sharing that next month.
And membership too. Always looking for more members to the Chaves County Federated Republican Women.
Yes, that's correct. It's not only open to women.
You don't have to be a woman. Associate role.
An associate member.
And which is very equally as important as the main thing. But yes, if you're looking to serve, they got so many committees. Maybe if you want to work with youth and stuff, then there's opportunities through the Federated Republican.
Yeah, we
If
have
you do
many,
want to
many.
get more involved in the political side and getting involved in candidates and things like that, there's opportunities there too to do all that. So
Oh yeah, we have various committees: Americanism, Caring for America, Literacy.
or if you want to get more
leadership.
involved at a state level, do it through the Chaves County and use that as your entryway. If you're thinking, you know what, I'd like to be more part of the state party. Well, use the Federated Republican Women as that conduit to put you in touch with the right people and start making those introductions
Absolutely.
and doing that
we're
kind
here
of stuff.
to provide information, keep the community informed, politically
Because
informed.
if you want our state better, guess who's going to fix it? It ain't going to be, to be honest, our elected officials. We got to put
Right.
the right ones in there. We got to put the people in there. We, the community, have to roll up our sleeves. And how do you do it? It starts by attending these meetings and being in the know.
Right.
That's the thing. Forget the delicious chicken strips. Forget all that other stuff. The people that you're going to be hearing from, they're going to be some of these people are going to be making very important decisions.
Yes. Again, that date is Wednesday, September 17th, Roswell Elks Lodge, 1720 North Montana.
Yeah.
Doors open at 11:30. So, yeah, come
very
by
important.
and join us.
Facebook and complain or do whatever, or join this page just to rant and rave and share some meme that may or may not be factually accurate. It's the better way. Get involved. Show to meetings like this. Get involved in committees. And as we get into the political here, actually you could do it right now with the city council and stuff, but as we start talking about next year's election, when the candidates start kind of cream comes to the top here kind of thing, we start, and then, obviously during primary season, the Federated Republican Women play neutral. They let the candidates, quote unquote, duke it out until after the primary. And then once then it's rally the troops and all support our party candidates. And so
Our mission is just to keep the community informed.
Yeah.
So.
And so, but if you want to get more involved in individual candidates and things like that and learn about it, being a member of the Federated Republic of Women in some capacity is kind of an extra way to do that, because you come to these meetings and you get to talk and see these candidates and how they operate and see the real part. You know, when they get, to be honest, when you talk about political and politicians, I'd pay more attention to what they say off stage than what they're saying in front of a bunch of people, because that's a rehearsed thing. It's how do they interact around everybody, talking to people, the things they do.
If you'd like more information, give me a call. I'm always available. My number is 575-626-6667.
Absolutely.
Reach out, and I can, share additional information.
They would love to have you be involved and more involved. Put it this way, the last thing that we want to have is no one involved or no one excited, because that give it up. So coming to these meetings, being informed, hearing what these candidates have to say, making informed choices when it's your turn to vote based on what you're doing. That's you being a good citizen. That's you doing your part to make our community great. So we invite you to come and hear the information so you can help make our community great.
Absolutely. We're a great group.
Yeah. Charlotte, I know is there anything we missed that we wanted to cover there, or do we pretty much get it all?
I think we have it all.
So come on out this Saturday, Cowboy Prom at the Arts and Crafts Building. Still can get tickets. See any Federated Republican Women member, or shoot an email to the RSVP at Chaves County Federated Republican Women.com, or go to the Facebook page or any of those things.
Give me a call. We'll get you some tickets.
And don't forget to RSVP for next Wednesday's meeting, again, 11:30 at the Elks Lodge. Lunch starts at 11:30. The actual meat of the meeting will start about noon. You'll be out the door and back, heading back to work by 1 o'clock.
Right.
Good deal. Thank you, ma'am, as always.
Thank you.
Don't work too hard, or I know there's always 12 balls need to be juggled at one particular moment.
Yeah, that is so true. Oh, my goodness.
But we appreciate what you guys are doing.
I appreciate you letting us come in and talk to you.
Anytime. And anything else we can do, let us know.
All right.
All right. Take care. Take care.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us. Eastern New Mexico University has released its enrollment data. The results showing continued enrollment growth, with the university exceeding 6,000 students for the first time since 2018, and only the fourth time in the school's history. Total enrollment is 6,002 students for the fall 2025 semester. The university says the growth continues an upward trend at ENMU, with enrollment increasing by 265 students from fall of 2024 and by just over 1,000 students since fall of 2021. The ENMU Graduate School also set new records, total enrollment growing by 8.5% to a record high of 1,614 graduate students. On Tuesday, workers at the Artesia Senior Center dropped off some handmade artwork at the airport. The city says the aviation-themed artwork will be wonderful additions to the remodeling work that's being done at the airport. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
The new iPhones were just announced. So what happens to your old one? I'm Kim Commando for Goldco. I protect my savings with real gold and silver. Right now, get up to 10% back in bonus silver at goldco.com/Kim. That's goldco.com/Kim. Tossing it in a drawer is a total waste. That phone is still a mini supercomputer. So turn it into a home security camera with an app like Alfred Camera or Manything. Plug it in, connect it to Wi-Fi, and now it will watch your front door, garage, or pets while you're out. Or use it as a dash cam in your car, a dedicated Spotify or podcast player, or remote control for your smart home gadgets. Even better, make it a kid-safe game device with no SIM, no data, just a few fun apps. It also works as a baby monitor, a bike computer, an emergency backup phone that can still call 911, or a teleprompter when you're shooting videos. How'd you like more smart ways to save money and use your tech better? Join over 1 million readers who get my newsletter for free at getkim.com. We live in uncertain times. Debt, inflation, market swings. It's tough to know what is safe anymore. I will tell you what I do. I own gold. Real physical gold, and I think you should too. That's why I've partnered with Goldco, an award-winning precious metals company. They help people like you protect retirement savings with real gold and silver you can actually hold in your hands. Right now, when you open a qualifying account, you can get up to 10% back in bonus silver. No gimmicks, no fine print, just real silver delivered right to you. Here's the truth, and you know this. Dollars can be printed, but gold and silver are real, tangible, and time-tested. It's smart diversification, and in my portfolio, that gives me peace of mind. So don't wait. Go to goldco.com/Kim to get your free 2025 gold and silver kit and lock in your bonus silver. Do it now while you're thinking about it. That's goldco.com/Kim. Goldco.com/Kim. Goldco.com/Kim.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. So we'll stay sunny and warm today, mid-90s. Might be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear with low to mid-60s, and then low to mid-90s for the afternoon high on Thursday, and lots of sunshine. Thursday night looks clear, low 90s and sunny on Friday. Slim chance of a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Still burning cash on posters that get tattered, tired, and tossed? Turn heads with vibrant LED posters from DSI. Plug and play with custom updatable graphics. Showcase a single showstopper or link several for a seamless video wall. For over 27 years, DSI has helped New Mexico businesses communicate smarter with printers, IT support, AV, and more. Ready to elevate your message and cut costs? Call 888-386-7834 or visit dsinm.com today.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Got some boys soccer scores from last night, and the Roswell Coyotes are on a roll after defeating Mayfield yesterday 2-1. Roswell is 8-3. The Coyotes have won their last 6 straight games. Mayfield's not bad, 6-2. Their only 2 losses have been to Roswell. Roswell will take to the road tomorrow night and play against Centennial. That starts at 6:30. Centennial is 5-1. Artesia, meanwhile, defeated NMMI on the Colts' home turf yesterday, 2-0. Next up for NMMI, a trip to Albuquerque. They'll be taking on 2 teams they knocked off en route to the state championship last year. Saturday at 11:30 against Sandia Prep, and then at 3 o'clock against Santa Fe Prep. Goddard, meanwhile, falls to Carlsbad 3-1 on the road yesterday. Goddard plays Chaparral Saturday at 1. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bernie Bennett. Correspondent Haya Benjani reports on the new iPhone.
Apple has revealed a new ultra-thin iPhone 17 Air while it faces supply chain pressures and a showdown against Samsung. Apple will charge $1,100 for the iPhone 17 Pro. That's a $100 increase from previous versions of that model. The iPhone Air will start at $1,000.
Tuesday's lineup marks the first phones Apple has released since President Donald Trump's return to the White House and implemented a barrage of tariffs. But for the most part, Apple is sticking with the same price tags it slapped on the newest iPhones over recent years. The Supreme Court is granting an unusually quick hearing on whether President Donald Trump has the power under federal law to impose sweeping tariffs. The justices agreed Tuesday to hear the case in November, lightning fast by the usual standards of the nation's highest court. The tariffs will stay in place in the meantime. The S&P 500 gained 0.3% Tuesday and topped its all-time high set last week. For the Wall Street Business Report, Bernie Bennett, Washington.
Travis Hicks, Richland Auto Group. Don't forget to make your way to the airport September 10th through 14th to see an awesome exhibition of high-flying speed and agility at the Roswell Air Races. In addition to the wonders in the air, there'll be food and games for the kids, as well as educational displays and demonstrations. This event has been a hit for some 50 years in Reno, Nevada. We're glad that they picked Roswell to be their new home, and we need to support the event. As such, the first 10 people to either of our Richland locations who says, I believe in Richland's powertrain warranty for life, will receive 2 tickets for one of the shows and will be entered in a drawing to win a family day at the races, complete with food, shade, a trip to one of the pylons, and some Richland swag. So get your tickets now for the greatest show in Roswell, the Roswell Air Races, September 10th through the 14th at the airport.
Bush Appliance presents Adventures with Spinal Tap.
Now this Maytag right here, this is something very special. If you can see, look close. The numbers,
they all go to 11.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
okay.
right across the board.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, most go to 10, exactly.
So does this mean it's better?
Well, it's one better, isn't it? It's not 10.
Okay.
You see, most blokes will be cleaning at 10 all the way up. You're on 10. Where do you go from there?
I don't know.
Well, nowhere. Nowhere's where you go. So what we do at Bush Appliance, we want the extra little push over the cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we do?
You put it up to 11.
We put it up to 11, exactly.
So why doesn't Maytag just make 10 better and make that be the top number and make that one just a little bit better?
Well, these Maytags go to 11.
This has been Adventures in Spinal Tap, brought to you by Bush Appliance. Stop by 111 West Country Club Road in Roswell or call 575-622-6390.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like the Kubota L-Series compact tractor, the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S., Z-Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Right now, get select L2502 series for as low as $21,999 or $325 per month. Now through September 30th. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Visit your local Kubota dealer, Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell.
Picture this. You're behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor. You're effortlessly breaking ground, moving piles of rocks just by moving a lever, and enjoying the sun as you clear brush across your pasture. We could keep trying to put you in the moment, but to really understand what this feels like, you just have to get in the seat.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Hey CVE members, have you scheduled your no-cost home energy audit? If not, it's time to sign up. Call 575-746-3571 to get your name on the list for a free home energy audit. Weather stripping, new door sweeps, minor repairs, and much more. Start saving money and keep that purchased air in your home. Central Valley Electric Cooperative is happy to partner with Green Metal Energy for this valuable audit. Again, 575-746-3571.
Prepare for liftoff, Earthlings. Of the 2025 National Championship Air Races. Experience the thrill, the speed, and the skies. Join Crumlin Auto Group September 10th through the 14th in Roswell for high-flying action that's truly out of this world. Learn more at KAGNM.com.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on 7:58. Stay tuned next hour here at about 8:15 or so. Superintendent for the Roswell Independent School District, Brian Luck, he will join us and give us an update what's going on around the school district and, of course, talk about their last school board meeting. Hey, don't forget, coming up here Sunday, September 28th, is the Roswell Literacy Council's 20. Great. This is one of their big fundraisers for the year for the Literacy Council. Of course, they do a lot of great work with helping not only get adult literacy, but helping citizenship for folks. They're getting them in touch with the folks to get their high school equivalencies, things like that. They do a lot of great work, all for free for folks. So that does cost money to do that. So participate in the Knowledge Bowl teams. It's a $100 entry fee per team. High school teams or school teams, they get in for free. It's going to be happening September 28th from 2 to 4 p.m. at the Joy Center on Montana, 1822 North Montana. Team check-in time is 1:45. The competition will start at 2 p.m. Of course, it's a lot of fun. I recommend, you can have a team of up to 5 players. I would go pick people that are, if you got a history person, you got a sports person, you got a pop culture person, you got a, I don't know, geography person, whatever, try to kind of balance it out. So between the 5 of you, you kind of are well covered. So that's usually the best strategy. But bragging rights are plenty. It's a lot of fun. It's a great way to help out the Literacy Council's ball full. To sign up for more information, call 575-625-1369. All right, it is 8 o'clock. You're listening to 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM, KEND, Roswell, New Mexico. We'll be back on the other side of news.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. NATO ally Poland says Russian drones invaded Polish airspace overnight. The BBC's Adam Easton in Warsaw.
Both Polish jets and Dutch jets, which are stationed currently in Poland as part of the NATO air policing exercise, were scrambled. They tracked some of these drones that violated Polish airspace on radar, and they shot down those drones, which were deemed. Polish police have discovered a damaged drone in a village not that far from the Belarusian border, not the Ukrainian border.
Polish Prime Minister Tusk says a large number of Russian drones are involved. The Russian Defense Ministry denies targeting Poland with drones. President Trump says he's very unhappy about Israel's attack on Hamas in Doha, Qatar. Encouraged by the success of his crime-fighting initiative in Washington, D.C., the president is talking about taking it to the streets of another city.
We're working it out. The governor of a certain state would love us to be there, and the mayor of a certain city in that same state would love us to be there.
Mr. Trump has previously mentioned Chicago and New Orleans, Baltimore and New York as cities that could use a helping hand. But Democrat Illinois Governor Pritzker threatens to sue the administration to keep the National Guard out of Chicago. Wholesale inflation cooled a bit last month. The producer price index edging down 0.1% in August. Along with the state charges, the suspect in the brutal stabbing death of a young woman on a light rail train in Charlotte, North Carolina, is now facing federal charges. Stocks are mixed on Wall Street. The Dow is down about 57 points, while the Nasdaq trading 79 points higher, and the S&P is up 24. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
France is being rocked by sometimes violent protests.
The protest movement that started online over the summer has caused widespread hotspots of disruption, defying an exceptional deployment of 80,000 police who've been breaking up barricades and swiftly making arrests. Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau says a bus was set on fire in the western city of Rennes and that damage to a power line has blocked trains on a line to the southwest. He alleges the protesters are attempting to create a climate of insurrection. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
Nepalese soldiers guarding the streets of the country's capital, ordering people to stay home as they try to restore order after protesters stormed and set fire to government buildings and attacked politicians. Armed troops in the main areas of Kathmandu appeared to give some sense of control, returning to the city after the protests had grown increasingly violent the day before. News and analysis, townhall.com. A great sense of loss and grief pervades the campus of Auburn University.
The killing of a retired professor at a city park has shocked the college community. Auburn police say 59-year-old Julie Gard-Chunel was killed Saturday at Kiesel Park. The popular venue is about 4 miles from campus. Guard Chanel was a professor at Auburn University's College of Veterinary Medicine. Police have charged 28-year-old Harold Rashad Dabney III with capital murder. The park, a favorite with students and many citizens, was known as a very quiet location. Jason Walker reporting.
A federal court has ruled embattled Fed Governor Lisa Cook can keep her job while she fights President Trump's efforts to fire her. Mr. Trump cites allegations of mortgage fraud, while Cook's attorneys argue that a president can only fire a Fed governor for cause. More on these stories, townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The traveler said, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 2. Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Ah, yes.
Air race opening day.
Welcome to all of those folks visiting us from all corners of the air race enthusiasm space.
There you
go. The traffic out there is it's picking up. It's not like anything undoable, but there's definitely a lot more vehicles out there. So give yourself plenty of time to get wherever it is you're going. And as I said last hour, be kind.
Did you have to go down south?
I had to. So my son goes to Del Norte and my daughter goes to Sierra. So I kind of did the forbidden triangle, so to speak.
Okay.
And just saw a lot of people kind of making their way southbound. 2nd Street was very, very busy as people were heading, I think, towards like the Sunset Road to get kind of out towards the base.
All right.
So yeah, just give yourself some time to get where you're going.
Yep. Allow it.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be complicated, but it's gonna be fun.
But yeah, should be good. We're gonna have a lot of folks in town.
Mm-hmm.
So if they ask, where do you like to eat? Tell them.
Yeah. That's the thing with Roswell is you're going to get, anytime you ask, like, where's the best enchiladas in town, you're going to get 16 answers.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're all really good.
And smartly on their part, they showed up during green chili season.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the air race people, y'all picked a great time of year to have a race in Roswell because everything smells a lot better when you head into stores.
Green chili season. So enjoy, pick that up.
Pick yourself up a bushel, fly it home.
There you go. That's right. Set a little section of the airplane there to slide a bushel of roasted green chili.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you can get it fresh and roast it yourself when you get home, but let our guys do it. They can do it.
I am curious, like when, and again, I'm relatively naive in this space, but do they drive the planes in and then like put them together here? Like, is it like because I imagine if you could take the wings off of the plane, you could then just put it on like a trailer and drive it in. Or do they fly in?
I would imagine all of the above, depending on the crew and where they're coming from. And
because one's got to imagine if you're in a racing, and again, anybody out there who knows, let us know. But if you're in like a NASCAR situation, you're only going to put as much fuel in that plane as you need for the race itself, because you don't want to overweigh the plane.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine those planes can only hold so much fuel.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, I'm not asking. I'm positing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. I mean, maybe they just have full-size tanks and they can fly
That could be.
They just don't put as much gas in it. I have no idea. I don't know.
It's a much faster way to get here. If you have the option to fly in, I would think take that option.
Well, in all fairness, if they do, they're not flying top speeds like they are on the race course to get here. Then they definitely will run out of gas.
You're flying along in your air race jet, and you see just up ahead flashing lights, and then one jet they're just idling in the air,
waiting for the green light
while the cop writes up your ticket for speeding.
It feels like a Jetsons scene.
Well, and that's going to be something that's going to be interesting as we kind of get into this brave new world of flight vehicles that fly and stuff. Do we regulate speed in the air? Because, I mean, you got air traffic control that's going to keep you away from other people. Is it necessary to regulate speed?
I don't know. Maybe.
Remember the Concorde from, that was understandably, retired. But that thing could get from, New York to Paris in like 4 hours?
Uh-huh. Yeah, it did Mach. It was a commercial aircraft.
No, it was real.
It was actually a commercial aircraft that could break the sound barrier. Do Mach.
That was a whole conversation with Hunter yesterday. It's really fun to get into science conversations with Hunter because he's got that mind that like nothing is for sure for him, so he can kind of like the sky's the limit. So we started talking about the speed of sound. And he goes, "Is it this fast?" And he starts running. I'm like, "It's a little faster than that, bud." I said, "It's 50 miles per second or 700 miles per hour is what it works out to."
That's when you break the sound barrier.
Yep. And you're going to hear a lot of that if you're out on the air race.
Well, I don't know about to be honest, probably not so much out there because the only thing capable of doing that are jet aircraft.
That's probably true. But I've had this. Okay, so I used this for a commercial, like for an ad that I did.
Yeah.
And so it was on my phone, but it keeps coming up every time I get into my car. And I gotta find it, but it's a air race sound effects. Okay. It's this. Somebody was filming from the ground, and they filmed the flyover of this jet. It's quiet at first. I'm slowly approaching, and then
those are propeller aircraft.
It's
cool.
Yeah, it was a cool.
But those are propellered aircraft.
Yeah, but you could see like the sign move and and like the camera start shaking when they fly over.
Yeah, jets have a much more distinctive sound. That's propellers. And when you break the sound barrier, it's have you ever seen that? Like it.
I've seen it happen like in film and stuff,
but not live.
No.
It's way cool. It's way different.
I've always wanted to go to that. I'm not sure. I think is it in Mojave Desert?
Yeah.
That long track where they do the land speed records.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go visit that.
If you want to experience it, go to a air show that has military aircraft.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times, they do during the course of the air show, some of the aircraft will break sound barriers and they'll go through. I think Blue Angels and Thunderbirds do it in their performance. But it's. See, what happens is the moment when a jet goes by and when you hit that moment of it breaking the sound barrier, there's what's called a sonic boom. And there's a boom. And then once that moment happens, it's crazy because the plane
disappears and lands in 1955.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you'll see it come by and it's silent. And then a second or two later, it's crazy.
Because sound hasn't quite caught up with it yet.
Yeah, it's crazy to experience that. Go to an air show and experience that sometimes. It's pretty cool.
But that's not to take anything away from this show because this is the fastest the fastest race in all of motorsports.
Oh, yeah. So there's going to be edge of your seat excitement this week. Those planes are going to be hauling butt around, getting to racing to the pylon.
And that's the scary thing is because, if you've ever watched racing, a lot of people know if you stay on the inside, it's the shortest course. But staying on the inside means being very tight with the other planes out there.
Yeah. And I don't know how much of that goes into this strat. Like, I don't know. I
imagine there's probably like levels.
Yeah,
vertically.
I don't know. I'm just not knowledgeable enough to know some of the inside on how they find their lanes and grooves and all that stuff. Like,
so if you want to know, get your tickets now at airrace.com and get ready for a little action.
Yeah, get out there, get some fun, and
good.
Enjoy the races this week. So, and bring the family out. And it should be a lot of fun.
By the way, I can't remember. I don't think we mentioned it on the air, but in honor of the air races, I'm thinking in honor of the air races, Firehouse Subs officially opened for business in Roswell.
They did. They opened up, 2 days ago or whatever?
And I don't know for sure, but I can tell you I saw cars in the parking lot and trucks being unloaded at the 2nd Street HTO. So there's a very good chance that before the end of the week, we could have us an open HTO here in town.
Yeah. How's the one on Main doing?
I think they're still a little...
They're farther behind on that
A little
one?
further behind, yeah. It's two different owners. I know Neil's
I know
kind
they
of
are.
gung-ho about getting his location open.
Yeah. Oh, I did drive by the one on 2nd yesterday, and it was there was a car out there.
Yeah, a car. Right. Well, I know they're like training folks right now, but seeing the truck and seeing things get unloaded, that's heartening.
They got tea and ice, or the makings of anyway. So, but I'm curious because I know Texas has got a bunch of them, and I've never been into one, and I've seen the stuff online.
Have you never had any of their products? No. So when I was in Hobbs, that's the first time I actually got a chance to try it, and I got to tell you, it is they do some amazing products. It was like a nightshade beverage, so it was like a bunch of different like berries and stuff, and kind of like in tea.
Yeah, the commercials I've seen online for it look interesting, and I like tea.
And they sell their product by the gallon, which is fantastic.
I think my problem is going to be I'm OT'd. Like it's too many decisions.
See, I'm the same way. I am This is why I don't go to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Because I don't have a go-to order.
Yeah.
I like to try things, but I stare at that menu and I'm like, not only do I not know what I want, it's in another language.
Right.
And then I got to figure out I need simplicity,
Simplicity's nice.
Yeah. I mean, the original McDonald's menu, In-N-Out Burger, those places, they keep their menu simple.
Yeah.
And
I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate variety. I like here's another thing. This is a weird flex or whatever. I've never been to a Cheesecake Factory.
I was just going to say, if you ever sit down at the Cheesecake Factory and have that menu handed, when a menu has spiraling for the binding,
right?
You're in trouble.
Yeah, like I would like to go there and experience that, but I've never. But I've heard that's the thing everyone's told me. It's like, there's literally it's a novel of a menu, and there's so many things, and that's generally bad in the restaurant world. They don't like. I've watched enough Gordon Ramsay shows to know that a huge menu is a huge overcost and a huge
not to
expense
mention
to have as a restaurant.
Most of what you're going to order is probably just going to be frozen stuff that's already pre-made.
Exactly. Not to mention, and I don't know about. I've never been to Cheesecake Factory. My Cheesecake Factory knowledge is literally Big Bang Theory.
Right.
Does the Cheesecake Factory even look like that one in Big Bang Theory? I don't even know.
Kinda. It's very like if you've ever been into like a Luby's.
Okay.
It's
been a minute.
That's a weird pull too.
I've been in a Luby's. It's been a minute.
Like a Ruby Tuesdays or a Shoney's, kind of that vibe of like diner, low hanging, like the green lamp lights and kind of that vibe.
Okay. Yeah, I've never been to one, so I'm just like, do they wear those yellow uniforms that they wear in Big Bang?
It's been a long time since I've been, so it's hard to say.
The Penny and
probably.
Yeah. No idea.
They're in the process of changing their sign.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no idea. I've never been to one. Just curious. Is our guest here?
I've not seen anybody yet. No.
Okay.
No.
All right. Well, Brian Luck, Superintendent Flores, he scheduled to join us here in just a bit. Unless I missed a meeting that they didn't have, and maybe something. But usually he texts me, he tells me.
Yeah, I'd imagine that again, getting around right now is kind of complex, especially around the schools.
Yeah.
Like because you've got the normal school drop-off traffic, but coupled with people who are trying to get to the south side of town to set up their trucks or their set up their planes for the races. So it's an added element of complication.
Well, we'll give him a little bit, and if he's busy today, then we'll rustle up something else.
We'll figure it out.
There it is.
That's right.
But Yeah, the Cheesecake Factory thing's been a complete, but yeah, varieties I like, but yeah, sometimes and that's why I'm worried about the tea. It's like I just want some tea,
Mhm.
and like what kind of tea? I'm like tea flavored tea.
Everybody's got their particular favorite. My suggestion is, and this is what I'm going to do: start off, get an unsweet tea, just to get a base, because everybody has different. Like I recently discovered, I am not a fan, and hot take, I'm not a fan of Red Diamond unsweet tea. Their sweet tea is fine, but their unsweet tea, it just doesn't taste tea-y enough. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have that like herbal hit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try their base tea first, just to get a base, and then figure it out from there. I have high hopes for something I've already read about, which is their cherry tea.
Okay.
I'm very curious about that. There's a couple other flavors on there, but again, keep it simple at the beginning. They have a lot of if you go to like your Seven Brews or Starbucks, they have a lot of like the fizzers and like the energy drink stuff, and that's the complex part of their menu. Just keep it simple. Get yourself a nice tea.
Well, I don't mess with energy drinks.
I've heard that the thing with HTO, and I don't know if this is true with every location, but they're known for their water and their ice. It's supposed to be like the best, like the most pure water and or ice that you can get. So I'm curious to try that, especially in a place like Roswell where our water is kind of hit or miss.
Well, that's why you need an
based
RO
on your
unit.
Filtration.
Yeah, you need an RO unit in this town.
Hey, Culligan, man.
That is the best thing in my house. Is my RO unit.
That's a big statement for somebody who owns 2 Lazy Boys and a 65-inch TV.
That's the thing I love the most is my RO water. I'm not going to lie. That makes me so happy.
Yeah, I can understand. It's not very often you can enjoy something straight from the tap. One thing that's been brought up a lot lately, and I've thought about this a few times, is I keep hearing online talking about Gen X / early millennials or senior millennials being the generation that grew up drinking water out of the hose. Yeah, which I totally did. And I don't necessarily know that that's a problem. However, I mean, I also played a lot with paint chips as a kid, and so I'm wondering if maybe there was something in that water. Looking back, you're like, that probably wasn't the best idea. I let it run until it got cold, so I knew it was fresh.
Yeah, I grew up back east. We never thought about not getting water out the tap.
Yeah,
that's where you got water.
Right. Well, in places like, for example, like New York, that is known for its, amazing filtration system. You can just go and get water out of the tap.
Yeah.
But in a place like a Roswell, it's depends on.
I grew up in the DC area, and then we just drank the water out of the sink.
Your faucet looks like Swamp Thing in some cases, and
we don't have all. We didn't deal with it, and our water tasted.
And honestly, I was the same way. I grew up in Oklahoma, and I remember pretty much drinking water straight out of the tap.
Now. We had very hard water.
Right.
But I grew up, my grandfather owned a water softener company, Beacon Water Equipment Company. He owned, they literally, I swear, as a wedding present, they gave, when I got married to my wife, Kim, as a wedding gift from them.
Sorry. I thought I had that turned down. Oh, the flyover thing.
As a wedding gift from them, we got a water softener. And my first house here in Roswell was a Beacon Water Equipment. It's on Cedar. You live in a house on Cedar, and you see, why does that was my grandfather, my uncle's company. But anyway, that was what. So we always had soft water growing up.
So you were spoiled from an early age.
I guess. So I just always. But I remember growing up, and I remember that time in my life where they start selling bottled water in stores, like in soft drink form, where it's a 12-ounce, 60-ounce, whatever it is. And you sitting there in the soda section. And I remember that was kind of like the joke. It's like the world's coming to, we got to buy water now.
Buy water. What's next? Going to buy air?
Yeah, that was the
Turns
mindset.
out, yeah.
Now, that's, people don't drink water out of sinks no more.
Yeah, they've managed to turn the perspective, I guess.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. Yeah, it's definitely one of those things. By the way, have you ever tried the canned air?
No.
It's
Perrier.
Yeah, Perrier. It's maybe one of the most gimmicky things out there, but it was a Shark Tank product. And I can't remember if it was Cuban or O'Leary. I think it was O'Leary actually invested in it.
Mhm.
And it became this huge thing, which is why if you ever go into like a Walgreens, you'll see the Oxy Boost canned air. I'm like, they did it. They finally did it.
Perrier.
Perrier.
Because I hear all I think of is Spaceballs with the Perrier.
Yep. Yep. Mhm. It's fresh.
Hey, people buy anything, man.
That's right. They really will. It's absolutely true.
It's the saying, what, sucker born every minute, right?
Mhm. And most of them are born here in Roswell.
There you go. I don't know. It's 8:24. I haven't heard anything, seen anything. Let's do this. Let's do weather, and then we'll do this break, and then I will ponder up an interview and see if Brian's going to show up here. So,
all right.
Then if not, we'll play the interview. I ponder up.
We'll go from there.
A lot of pondering. Ponders,
a lot
man.
of pondering.
Ponders, man. 8:25.
Where are those pictures I was supposed to see?
Here's your weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. So we'll stay sunny and warm today, mid-90s. Might be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear with low to mid-60s, and then low to mid-90s for the afternoon high on Thursday, and lots of sunshine. Thursday night looks clear, low 90s and sunny on Friday. Slim chance of a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 69 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 76% with winds out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Sunny today. Expect a high of 95 with winds out of the south 10 to 15 miles per hour. Skies will be clear tonight. Looking at an overnight low of 63 degrees. South winds 5 to 10 miles, 15 miles per hour, Thursday, sunny and 93. South winds 5 to 10 early, 10 to 15 for tomorrow afternoon. Friday, mostly sunny and 91. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 in the morning, 10 to 15 for Friday afternoon. Saturday, we are looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers and thunderstorms. Partly cloudy and 91. A 20% Saturday night. Mostly sunny on Sunday with a high of 91. And then rain chances for next week, 30% Monday and 20% on Tuesday with highs both days in the upper 80s. All right, it is 8:27. Let's take about a 3-minute commercial break, and we'll come back on the other side. If we don't hear from Brian, we'll play one of our replay interviews here. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Coach, question for you over here.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms. With good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings. More for your trade and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford. 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues from date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
It's one of those things we've all had on our mind. No matter how much we want to ignore it, we all know that wisdom teeth can cause pain, teeth crowding, and even infection. Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher with Carabelli Dental. I am proud to be a part of an outstanding team who understands your concerns when considering wisdom teeth removal. Call us today and let our staff walk you through the process so that you are confident and prepared for your wisdom teeth removal. And don't worry, we have sedation dentistry options so that you can rest and feel at ease.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental. Call 575-622-4455.
I'm only going a short distance. I never wear a seatbelt for that.
Seatbelts are too constraining, so I don't want to wear it.
My pickup truck will protect me. Why do I need a seatbelt?
It's a fact. Seatbelts save lives. Whether you're going to the corner store or traveling across the state, wear your seatbelt. Whenever you get into a vehicle, be a good example for your passengers and buckle up. Seatbelts are there to protect protect you and your passengers, so wear them. Remember, if you buckle up, they'll buckle up. Sponsored by NMDOT and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
Downtown Artesia is the place to be September 11th through the 13th for 3 nights of music, culture, and community. Thursday kicks off with New Mexico Heritage Night, mariachi, tejano, and local flavor. Friday's all about indie folk vibes. And Saturday, Red Dirt, Black Gold with headliner Cody Canada and The Departed. Gates open at 5, music starts at 6. Plus, interactive vendors, shopping, food, and cold drinks all weekend long. Bring your boots, bring your friends, and experience Artesia like never before. Full schedule at reddirtblackgold.com. A heartfelt thank you to the City of Artesia for making this event possible. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Pecos Valley Broadcasting has immediate entry and experience level and radio and live stream video sales executive positions open in Artesia and Carlsbad. You'll work with our amazing team to build and maintain accounts and dive into advertising and marketing promotions. Experience in sales is preferred and bilingual opportunities are available. Base guarantee plus bonuses and commissions. Apply now. Email your details or resume to hireme@pvbcradio.com. Take your career to the next level with Pecos Valley Broadcasting, an equal opportunity employer.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8:30, and we haven't seen our guests, so let's do this. On Friday, Carrie Moore with the Chaves County Health Council joined us for her conversation. She joins us a couple times a month for her conversation. Just talking about their next meeting, talking a little bit about just some of the things they do, and of course their book is out now, resource guide, all that stuff. So, are you ready, Jocelyn, on your end? Okay. Stall for a minute. I can do that. So we'll get that. She's getting the interview ready up on her end. So we'll get that ready to go here in just a minute. Of course, don't forget that during the air races this week, they've got a whole bunch of fun stuff going on at ENMUR during the evenings here from 5, 6 to 9, depending on the events. But the swimming pool will be open from 6 to 9. $5 per person can swim each night out there. The dining hall, the Campus Union building, will be open from 6 to 9 as well. You can go get a meal there. The gym will also be open to everyone, $5 per person from 5 to 9. You can go work out in the fitness facility there. They've got all kinds of, and plus they've got showers and stuff if folks need to clean up and all that there too. And then, of course, with the Scouts, they're doing movie night each night out at the Performing Arts Center, 6 p.m. each night, $5 per person. They're all different air-themed movies. I think like The Rocketeer is one of the movies. Iron Eagle is one of the nights they're showing that movie. Classic. And so you can do that as well at the Performing Arts Center. And this is for they kind of set up for folks that are down at that time, end of town, if they're staying in RVs and stuff and looking for some things to do in the evenings. But everybody, bring your family out. You want to go swimming this evening? Come on out to the ENMUR pool and do some swimming, or go see a movie for $5. Bring the whole family, and it's pretty affordable movie night. See some classic movies. If your kids haven't seen movies like Iron Eagle or Rocketeer, go see it there at the thing. That'd be a lot of fun. So anyway, that's going on tonight through the 13th, all during the air races this week down on the campus there. So, all right, you ready to go? All right, sweet. All right. It is 8:32. This was our interview we had back on Friday with Carrie Moore from the Chaves County Health Council. Enjoy. This morning from the Chaves County Health Council, Carrie Moore back with us. Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
How's life at the Health Council today?
Getting healthier one day at a time. One person at a time.
One apple at a time.
Right?
But it's of course now we're in that now that the fall's kind of quiet down a little bit because the summer with the health expo with everything, it's kind of a bit of a lull compared to the summer here.
Sort of, kind of, but not really. I mean, it's a bunch of smaller things now.
Sure.
So I mean, the expo is always just the big thing, but from here, this is where we do our bread and butter,
sure,
or our peanut butter and apple
there
type
you go.
stuff. That was a cheesy
side.
commercial.
You want cheese? I got all kinds of cheese.
So, we got a lot of things going on. This week is our health council meeting. So
Yes.
it's always that second Wednesday
Your
of the
monthly
month.
meeting.
Our monthly
and
meeting.
the public is encouraged and invited to be a part of it.
Yes.
And,
And one of the things I did is I changed the whole layout on it. So what we do every month is we pick a topic, and then we have a couple of speakers come in and discuss, and then we try to map resources and try to figure out, do we have enough of this in town? Do we need more of this? Are we oversaturated? So like last month was overdose prevention. This month is food. So we've got our very own Jocelyn from Food Not Bombs coming in. We're going to have Healthy Kids Chaves County coming in. And then we'll map out the Roadrunner food banks and see what kind of resources and stuff that we have available.
And really, these are the forefront of the organizations right now that are addressing these food issues in our community. Jocelyn and Food Not Bombs, they're every Thursday now and Sunday. They're usually out in the courthouse or downtown here, serving up food and everything. And it's free. It's just people donate food, restaurants,
food recovery.
Yeah. Various civic organizations have their luncheons or whatever. You got leftovers, and they just serve it and come eat. And it's a great thing. Chaves County Healthy Kids, they work a lot with the schools in the summer for the summer meal programs. Those kind of
doing healthy recipes, understanding how diabetes works. I mean, it's the education piece to it.
Yeah, working with kids on their own. Like a lot of these grow programs you're seeing in a lot of schools, and like Healthy Kids has their hand in all that kind of stuff. So these other organizations are. So it's great to hear from them exactly where they're at, what they're needing, what they're seeing, what they could. Because I'm sure every one of these groups could use more of everything to help do what they got to do.
Right. And while some resources have been cut, because we know that a lot of the federal spending has been cut, there's other places where there is some capacity building. So if we know what needs to be brought in, we can start looking to see where can we pull in that capacity. One of the things, we went to a Roadrunner Food Bank meeting a couple weeks ago or longer, and they said that they have the ability to build capacity, especially in southeast New Mexico, because we are one of the lower capacity places in the state. So we don't utilize the resources that are available. So they're looking at, hey, you know what? Do you have a huge population of people in the county who can't get into the city because that's where the food is? Maybe you need a delivery truck. We could do delivery. Do you need to do refrigerated Amazon boxes, because maybe they need to pick up after hours and they're not available between 8 and 11, which is when the food banks are open. I mean, there's some capacity building areas in there and there's some great ideas, but now it's like, okay, who can do what and what needs what? And let's start putting all this stuff together and let's
triage it and let's build something that actually impacts, instead of a bunch of little folks doing little things that may overlap or create redundancy or not need. Let's pool what we got and utilize it to the maximum efficiency. Okay, we got this many volunteers. Let's not all do the same thing. So when things get addressed, and that's really what you guys are doing.
And that's exactly what the Health Council does. We don't want to take your projects on. You do you, boo. Let us help you figure out how to maximize it, and if we're oversaturated, on how to maybe spread it out so that we can. Yes. And that's what we want to do. We want to try to bring all the resources in the community together. Plus, we need to hear from the community. Are your needs being met? I can tell you, answering the 211 line, in the first 4 days of this month, over $20,000 in requests for housing assistance. 4 days.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. And we are severely lacking in those resources. We just don't have things available because the programs are maxed out. So there's people who are helping and doing things. They just can't take on new people. And it's usually new people every month that are coming in. And again, that was just the first 4 days. And now we're starting the second week, and we'll see what my phone does.
Let's see what it's really unraveling another layer, another worm in the can, so to speak.
And it's all tied together. I mean, if you don't have, if you're stressed out because you can't afford your place to live, you're stressed out because you don't have food, nutrition affects your health in many different ways.
It's the spiraling effect.
Right. Too much stress leads to possibility of drug use, and then that turns you into a different spiral, and it just compounds. And, nobody wakes up in the morning and say, today is such a fantastic day. I think I'm going to go get high.
Right. I'm going to go be an addict and go.
That's not how that works. I mean, it's usually some stressor, some traumatic event that causes
begat this to
the
begat
spiral.
that to get here.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have to address all of those issues. It's not a simple thing. I mean, everybody wants to talk about how we need to reduce the drug use, and it's true, we do. But what do we do with it? We don't have any rehab facilities. We don't have any.
We can say a lot of things. How do we physically make that?
Right. I mean, we're going to send everybody to Las Cruces to get the overnight services the month.
And to be honest, how we do rehab and what involves rehab may or may not be the thing too. How many times do people go to rehab and doesn't do a thing?
Right.
And it's like we got to, or not everybody responds the same way. And we've got to invest the time, money, and energy in the true recovery of all that. But to get there, we got to start. We got to get here before we get there, and that's kind of where we're at. So.
Yeah. It's a huge problem. It's nothing that's just going to get solved overnight.
And this is why things like the opioid money that when we have these meetings to decide what best to do with that, we're trying to set the table so we're solving mental health problems. Okay, what can we use this money to invest it into the future so we can make the big purchases to do the research, to do the things to say, okay, guess what? This is connected to this. This is connected to this. This is how we do this. And that's what, crime, drugs, all these things that are problems are stemming from mental health.
Yes.
And until we address that issue, you can put all the Band-Aids and rules and laws on gun laws and drug laws and everything else. Doesn't matter.
No.
Until you fix the mental health, it's going to be a problem.
And when we had that huge debacle with the mental health in New Mexico and they closed down all of our facilities, things got worse here.
Yep.
So, and we haven't pivoted back. We have not replaced what we lost, and we have to start replacing it.
Yep. So this is why you want to give it. This is why you call 211. This is why we want you to come to these monthly meetings and get involved, because A, we want you to see what's going on. B, we want to find out what we don't know what's going on so we can put it on the table and let's see what we can do to come up with solutions for these things and find out the best way to resolve these. Because guess what? Again, if you're waiting on government agency, if you're waiting on FEMA, if you're waiting on whomever to roll up in here and save the day, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
We, the community, are going to have to roll up our sleeves and make our community better. And how do we do that? Get involved. Get in these meetings. Go there. Tell us what your issues are you need. Let us plug you in and see what we can do to help you. Because by and large, that also finds our kink in the armor or whatever you want to say on that.
Well,
too.
and the other thing is we all pay taxes. We all pay taxes to things that we don't receive down here because the rest of the state is utilizing those funds. We need to bring our tax money back into our community and fix our community. And, I am not all about big government by any means. I would like not to pay another tax in my life. I mean,
I'm on that team too.
But by bad word insert there, I don't want to give it to Albuquerque anymore. I'm sick of giving it to Santa Fe. I'm sick of funding Las Cruces and everybody else in this state when we are suffering down here.
Absolutely.
Bring our money back.
Absolutely. Let us fix our thing. Let us do our thing. And so get involved. Please come to the meeting. Call 211. Please, if you're asking, Carrie or whoever will be,
Carrie.
Probably Carrie.
I'm the only one on the phone.
On the phone right now. She'll be happy to talk to you about getting involved or getting you in touch with the resources you need. But this is how we fix these things. So please come out, come to these events, get involved, reach out, serve on the council. We're always looking for more volunteers to help serve on the council in various ways, shape, or form. If you're in the healthcare field and tired of things and want to be actively involved to make it better, please reach out to the health council. Let's do
Join
that.
the health council. At least then you can get the emails and then you get the updated information that's available. Because maybe food is not your thing, but next month is women's health, and maybe that's where you want to come and hear more information about.
All of it's about making a better place and a better life for everyone, and that's what the health council does too. And so, if you're still dealing with FEMA and flooding and all that, 211 hotline is a resource to help you as best they possibly can at this point.
And while we're speaking about the flood, you need to, if you were affected by the flood in your house, the house that you live in, not a rental property, not a business, but if it's the house that you live in your name, you need to make sure that you are applying for the disaster grant money.
Okay.
That money, it's $100 million, and it's allocated between Chaves and Lincoln County. It will be a first come, first serve allocation.
Gotcha.
And when it's gone, it's gone. But this is the structural rebuilding of the home. So they literally, if you need foundation, floors, any of that redone, this is where you can get that money for it. Because we know FEMA's money was never enough to do it.
No.
We know we don't have enough donations, especially with as much disasters that are happening in our area and around the country. We're just not going to get those resources. So you have to apply for this funding in order to do it. If your house is 60% or more damaged, they will gut it, they will tear it down, and they will rebuild.
Start scratch. Okay.
Start from scratch. So, and this applies if you live in a mobile home and say you're out there in Orchard Park and your trailer was, damaged severely. They will build you an actual house.
And this
they won't
is
put
such
a trailer
a
out
healthier
there.
and safer way to go about
Yes.
this too, because when you get to flood damage, you're dealing with mold and all kinds. So even if they do a repair, you might be paying for that years later. Where if it's something that they prove is 60% worse, it's start from scratch and it's getting a new home and getting a new start. And
All those ones that have to mitigate and build their foundations higher, this is the way to do it.
That's the biggest thing I'm worried about is 10 years from now we're going to come back and how many people half did this and now they're all sick from mold or various other
We're already seeing
afflictions like that. Yeah, I say 10 years. That's way too big of a thing. I'm talking now, a year from now. But
Yeah, because we still have people who are calling who have not done any mold remediation at all. And
it's serious business. You can't mess with that stuff. So please, if you've got questions about this, please call
reach out to
211.
211.
Please do it. Please come out. Again, remind folks the next meeting here and date and time.
So this Wednesday, so it's the second Wednesday of the month, so it'll be this Wednesday from 12 to 1. The physical location will be at 500 North Main.
Mm-hmm.
There at the
you have a Zoom link on your Facebook, don't you?
And then we have the Zoom link actually on our webpage.
On the Health
if you go to
website.
Chaves County HC, Chaves County Health Council, there's an events tab, and you can see all of our meetings are there.
Okay.
Every meeting we do with Zoom, so that way
there's a
we
record.
hybrid them all. Yeah, so that way you can see it no matter what.
Yeah, so if you want to go back and catch last month's meeting or whatever, you can.
Well, no, they're not posted up.
They're not archived. Okay.
No.
They're archived.
I don't know if I have enough bandwidth to archive. But you can watch it if you're
But you can watch it live
you
and
can
get
watch
there
it live.
and be it. And so please be an active viewer, watcher, and because I get it, life happens, and you're in the middle of the day, and you're at work or whatever.
Yeah.
This way you can stay involved and do it from the comfort of your desk or car or wherever you're at there. On
Right.
The phone.
Eating lunch at your desk.
Any questions? 211. Call it. It is anything from if you need to know a new doctor in town to resources for any of that kind of stuff. 211 can help you do all that.
I can help you navigate the system.
Yep. Did we get it all, Carrie?
I think we're good for now.
All right. I'm going to get my schedule right someday. One day it's going to happen.
I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes, 2 weeks, maybe. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I know.
I will, one way or another. So thank you, Gary. Appreciate you. And try to take care of you a little bit here. I know you're always running around with a chicken with your head cut off here. So
that's the only way I function.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, that's how we live.
Right.
But it's our own fault. We do. It's like, I don't want to do this, but we set the table to do it every day. So it is.
With your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Cirillo. Thanks for joining us. Eastern New Mexico University has released its enrollment data. The results showing continued enrollment growth, with the university exceeding 6,000 students for the first time since 2018 and only the fourth time in the school's history. Total enrollment is 6,002 students for the fall 2025 semester. The university says the growth continues an upward trend at ENMU, with enrollment increasing by 265 students from fall of 2024 and by just over 1,000 students since fall of 2021. The ENMU Graduate School also set new records, total enrollment growing by 8.5% to a record high of 1,614 graduate students. On Tuesday, workers at the Artesia Senior Center dropped off some handmade artwork at the airport. The city says the aviation-themed artwork will be wonderful additions to the remodeling work that's being done at the airport. You're up to date. I'm Jared Cirillo.
It's time for the Chaves County Sports Report. Got some boys soccer scores from last night, and the Roswell Coyotes are on a roll after defeating Mayfield yesterday 2-1. Roswell is 8-3. The Coyotes have won their last 6 straight games. The Mayfield's not bad, 6-2. Their only 2 losses have been to Roswell. Roswell will take to the road tomorrow night and play against Centennial. That starts at 6:30. Centennial is 5-1. Artesia, meanwhile, defeated NMMI on the Colts' home turf yesterday, 2-0. Next up for NMMI, a trip to Albuquerque. They'll be taking on 2 teams they knocked off en route to the state championship last year. Saturday at 11:30 against Sandia Prep, and then at 3 o'clock against Santa Fe Prep. Goddard, meanwhile, falls to Carlsbad 3-1 on the road yesterday. Goddard plays Chaparral Saturday at 1. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. So we'll stay sunny and warm today. Mid-90s, might be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear with low to mid-60s, and then low to mid-90s for the afternoon high on Thursday, and lots of sunshine. Thursday night looks clear, low 90s and sunny on Friday. Slim chance of a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
All across America, this is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
Good morning. The Supreme Court will hear the case on legality of tariffs on a fast track. More voices are now saying the economy is weaker than thought. The Labor Department said 900,000 fewer jobs than they thought were added through March. Jamie Dimon, the head of J.P. Morgan Chase, said whether the economy is on its way to recession or just weakening, I don't know. He said if the Federal Reserve cuts interest rates soon as expected, he's not sure how much effect that may have. Semaphore News says AI and tech stocks are wallpapering over cracks in the economy. Many economists think inflation reports the rest of the week will show prices still rising, but the thinking is hiring has slowed so much the Federal Reserve will focus on that and cut the interest rates. Apple was slightly lower after introducing the new iPhone 17 that will start at $799 and go up to $1,200 for the Pro Max. Bank of America says a big decline in hiring at small businesses is not just because of tariffs. The businesses can't find the skills that they need. With business, I'm Joe Connolly.
This is the Red Apple Audio Network's Market Report, sponsored by Abacus Global Management.
What if the future of finance wasn't built around averages, but around you? At Abacus Global Management, we're reshaping financial planning around the most personal data point, your lifespan. But it's more than just insight, it's control. As a technology-driven asset manager, we're empowering investors with an integrated system to take command of your time, your future, your financial destiny. This is a new era of investing. Take control at abacusgm.com.
Prepare for liftoff, Earthlings. Kremlin Auto Group is beaming up as a proud sponsor of the 2025 National Championship Air Races. Experience the thrill, the speed, and the skies. Join Kremlin Auto Group September 10th through the 14th in Roswell for high-flying action that's truly out of this world. Learn more at kagnm.com. When you or a loved one need medical transport, TransAero answers the call. TransAero Medevac operates 3 rotorcraft bases and 1 fixed-wing base in southeastern New Mexico, allowing them to respond quickly to emergencies across diverse terrains. Their fleet extends coverage deep into New Mexico and West Texas, including Artesia, Carlsbad, Roswell, Ruidoso, Midland, Lubbock, and the surrounding areas. Ready to answer the call when every second counts. TransAero Medevac, proudly serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas. Flown for free, thanks to the partnership from the City of Artesia and TransAero Medevac. Life support by air.
Hi everyone, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. We now carry Mayo Furniture. Not only is it proudly built in the U.S., but there are hundreds of custom options to choose from, including fabrics, top-grade leathers, nail head trim, and feet. The quality and construction stands apart from other brands in the industry, ensuring your satisfaction for years to come. Turn your living room into a reflection of your refined taste. Come see us at Glenn's on the corner of Union and Alameda in Roswell, where delivery is free since 1953.
Are you tired of chasing symptoms without finding real answers? Do you feel your health is a mystery that no one can solve? At Roswell Medical Clinic, we specialize in functional medicine, a revolutionary approach that uncovers the root causes of chronic conditions like autoimmune disease, thyroid issues, digestive disorders, hormonal imbalances, and chronic fatigue. Our expert team creates personalized treatment plans tailored to you, combining the latest scientific research with lifestyle changes, nutritional guidance, and stress management to restore your health and vitality. Take the first step toward lasting wellness. Visit 111 West Hobbs or call 575-317-3311 to schedule your consultation today at Roswell Medical Clinic.
Downtown Artesia is the place to be September 11th through the 13th for 3 nights of music, culture, and community. Thursday kicks off with New Mexico Heritage Night, mariachi, tejano, and local flavor. Friday's all about indie folk vibes. And Saturday, Red Dirt, Black Gold with headliner Cody Canada and The Departed. Gates open at 5, music starts at 6. Plus, interactive vendors, shopping, food, and cold drinks all weekend long. Bring your boots, bring your friends, and experience Artesia like never before. Full schedule at reddirtblackgold.com. A heartfelt thank you to the City of Artesia for making this event possible. Paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
Attention high school students and parents. Now is the time to make your plans to come visit the most affordable university in the Southwest, Eastern New Mexico University. ENMU is hosting our annual High School Open House Preview Day on Saturday, October 18th. Come learn about scholarships, discover majors, talk with current students and faculty, and win some great prizes. Sign up today at enmu.edu/open house. Eastern New Mexico University. Student success. That's what we're about.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 56 minutes after 8 o'clock. Stay tuned next hour, about 9:15 or so. We're going to play an interview we had yesterday with Dr. Powell from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell, discussing their remote learning on campus this week, or off campus. That's the remote learning part, because of the air races going on there, which actually opening ceremonies taking place here in about 5 minutes or so, 9 o'clock. They're officially getting everything underway out there at the main entrance. So you want to be there for that. You better be there about now. But, so all that going on. But, of course, they're remote learning next week. And then we talk also about the stuff going on in the evening, starting tonight out there with the pool being open, the fitness center being open, the cafeteria there, and also Scouts doing the movie nights each night out there at the Performing Arts Center. There's for $5. And that's what I think it's $5 for about all of them, to go to the gym, to swim at the pool, or to see the movie tonight, $5. Your meals cost whatever you buy at the cafeteria, obviously. But they're showing classic movies like, I think one of the nights they're showing The Rocketeer, Iron Eagle's one of the nights. But they're showing a different movie each night there for that too. So we talk all about that in the interview. So we'll play that for you next hour there. Also, do want to remind folks that coming up in October is the October 18th is the 5th Judicial District Attorney's Office. We'll get it out. The 5th Judicial District. That's what I was trying to say. District Attorney's Office, the Facility Dogs Foundation. They're having their golf tournament. That's going to be at the NMMI golf course there on the 18th of October. It is a shotgun start at 9 a.m., 3-person scramble. Entry fee is $300 per team, $100 per player breaks down. Includes free breakfast, lunch, and drinks, drawings, and raffles. And, of course, all the proceeds go back to the DA Dog program, which we've talked about here on this show with Gina and the folks at the office there and the great work there. Cash prizes, first place $450, second place $300, third $225. I believe you can. They're also looking for sponsorship opportunities and stuff still. If you're interested in being a sponsor, you can reach out to Gina Yeager at 575-626-2422. Again, 575-626-2422. And you can sign up your teams at the NMMI Pro Shop or call them 575-622-6033. Again, 575-622-6033. Again, October 18th at the NMMI Golf Course there. All right, it is closing in on 9 o'clock. Town Hall News is up next. We'll be back on the other side.
No static at all. Your new home for talk radio is KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump says he'll be taking his crime crackdown to another U.S. city, that city to be announced today. The president making his displeasure clear when it comes to Israel's attack on Hamas in Qatar.
I'm not thrilled about the whole situation. It's not a good situation. But I will say this, we want the hostages back, but we are not thrilled about the way that went down.
Hamas says it lost none of its senior leaders in the attack. NATO member Poland says multiple Russian drones invaded its airspace overnight. Polish officials say those drones were shot down with the help of the NATO allies. The Russian Defense Ministry denies sending any drones over Poland. Iran-backed Houthi rebels in Yemen claim Israel is conducting heavy airstrikes on the capital, Sana'a. It's not clear what the targets are or if there are any casualties. Additional charges lodged against the suspect in the shocking stabbing death of a young woman on a light rail train in Charlotte, North Carolina.
The Justice Department has now charged DeCarlos Brown Jr. with the fatal stabbing of a Ukrainian refugee. The United States Attorney for the Western District of North Carolina, Russ Ferguson, now has announced that Brown now also faces a federal charge of causing death on a mass transportation system.
The charge we are bringing is in Title 18, which is the criminal code. It's Section 1992A7. which is the law that Congress passed really for this situation. It is an act of violence on a mass transportation system.
Ferguson says that people should feel safe on public transit and hinted that more federal action may be in the works. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Wholesale prices fell 0.1% last month, according to the Labor Department's Producer Price Index. Watching Wall Street, the Dow is down 250 points, while the NASDAQ 113 points higher, and the S&P is up 32. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
The number of children worldwide who are obese outnumbers those who are underweight. UNICEF says roughly 10% of youngsters are obese.
Traditional diets are being displaced by ultra-processed foods, often high in sugar, starch, salt, unhealthy fats and additives. While undernutrition remains a significant problem in the under-5s in many low and middle-income countries, among school-aged children and adolescents, 1 in 5 is overweight and 1 in 10 is obese. UNICEF warns that the health impacts and economic costs are potentially enormous. It urges governments to take action, including on the labelling and marketing of food, as well as protecting any policy making from interference by the ultra-processed food industry.
The BBC's Dominic Hughes. Israel's military warning Gaza City residents to evacuate ahead of plans to take control of Hamas's last remaining stronghold. News and analysis, townhall.com. House Democrats retain a seat in a special election yesterday.
In the blue congressional district of Fairfax, bordering the nation's capital, where many lawn signs proclaim support federal workers, Democrat James Walkinshaw defeated Republican Stuart Whitson by a nearly 50 percentage point margin. Walkinshaw now will serve out the term of the late Congressman Jerry Connolly, who passed away recently in May from cancer and held the seat since 2009, and for whom Walkinshaw had served as a former chief of staff. George Williams, Washington.
Apple has introduced its next generation of iPhones, including a new ultra-thin model and a slight price increase for one of its high-end models. The iPhone 17 lineup includes a new slimmed-down model, and that phone will adopt the Air name. That's a name that Apple already applies to its sleekest iPads as well as its Mac computers. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The demolition, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3.
Tres Inviernos.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy opening day.
Yes.
Of the area. Perfectly. Right about now. 9 o'clock. The opening ceremony.
Cutting the ribbon and getting things underway. Guys stepping up to the mic and saying the famous words that have been uttered for, 60 years now?
Yeah, 6 years in Reno.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race.
There you go.
I'm waiting for, in about a year and a half, when everything kind of goes full blown crazy.
Yeah.
That man steps up to the mic and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a race war." The day's coming, man. The day's coming. Arm up now, man.
That took a twist.
That got dark quick. Every time I say it or hear it, I think that is like, we have a race. Yeah, we have a few of them, and things are getting interesting.
Speaking of races, you know a movie that that I weirdly like that's not good?
Okay.
Death Race.
Death Race.
The one with Statham in prison. It's the dude from Deadwood's in it too. Basically he gets like put in prison as a setup to get something about his wife or something. I don't remember, but he has to race in the death race, which is like the prison's big closed circuit money making deal and all that. Yeah,
I'm trying to
this is a fun movie.
Statham, Natalie Martinez is the main young lady. I'm guessing Joan Allen is the Warden Hennessy. She plays the warden. You can catch it on Amazon Prime if you've got a subscription.
I do.
So there you go. By the way, Amazon announced they're going to stop letting people share their Prime passwords.
Oh.
So they basically got on a mic and says, "You get your own."
Yeah. But didn't they say that About Netflix too.
Yeah, and they've really cracked down on it.
Oh, have they?
Oh yeah. I'm not sure that. You
I guess I don't share mine.
But like, for example,
I have shared it, and like I think my brother or somebody's got it.
My kid's mom had Netflix for the longest time, and I was kind of Borgnining off of that.
Yeah.
And when the crackdown happened, I now have to pay for my own Netflix subscription.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well, now don't send the password police after me, but yeah, my brother I think has my Netflix. I don't know if he uses it anymore. My T-Beard's got my Disney Plus.
Yeah, my sister and her kids have that household has my Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I think my Max.
Well, T-Beard uses it more than I do. I realize how much I don't watch Disney Plus.
I don't use Disney Plus at all anymore.
I don't.
Honestly, I should probably get rid of it. I used to use it a lot for Bluey, but the kids don't really watch. They've aged out.
Thomas won't get to watch his next Mandalorian if I don't. So
yeah, that's the thing though. They keep you holding on for those series. It's like I know that they're gonna do another season of what was that one show? The doggone it, WandaVision.
Oh, yeah.
They're supposed to do another season of WandaVision within the next year or so.
It's been a while since they've done that.
Yeah. That's the thing is they have all these little properties that they're every now and again they're just like it's whack-a-mole. It's like okay, Ashoka, Mandalorian, and WandaVision.
Yeah. I just there's so many of them now. I tried to keep up. Now I don't care anymore. I'm just like they don't. To be honest, on the Star Wars ones, other than the Mandalorian, the Obi-Wan one, and the Boba Fett one,
that was a good series.
I didn't really care for the other. I mean the rest of them were meh to me or worse.
Well, and that's the biggest problem with I think and come at me nerds.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem with the Star Wars franchise itself.
Yeah.
The overarching story, the story of the Jedi versus, that story is riveting. It's great.
Yeah.
But once you start expanding the universe of sand-covered planets and poor aliens and weird names that you have to remember because if you don't remember it, it's going to come up in 2 seasons. And how could you not remember Grand Moff Tarkin?
Right.
And
they're gonna run it out of the obscure characters to do a Comic-Con.
That's the beauty of that is the beauty of the Star Wars franchise is they basically have you remember the movie Da Vinci Code?
Mm-hmm.
Remember the codex? The codec that they had? That's what Disney had, Lucasfilm has. They just have every single dial has the 26 letters of the alphabet and they just dial through it until something unlocks and they're like, "Okay, Ashoka. That's going to be the name of our new character." Grand Moff Tarkin. That's how it happens. Unlike with Marvel, where they just have a board of obscure alien weird names or letters put together and they just throw darts at it. That's how they land on like the cast for Guardians of the Galaxy, or the names, characters.
Although I could also throw a theory that for Star Wars, maybe like when George Lucas finally sold the rights to everything, like there's this book. And it's inside this book, and they keep it in a vault somewhere. It's like this Star Wars name generator thing, and it uses like the rules for like Mokta Wofar from the planet Tai. All right.
There we go. But we've just invented another quadrant of the galaxy.
That's right.
It's the galaxy. It keeps going. You can take the story
and it's a long
eternity.
time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So you can do whatever you want.
Overtold, and I'm tired. They're going to keep rolling out a cute robot side character and or a cute like universe adjacent. I'm waiting for little Chewbacca, by the way. I'm holding out, little Chewie, but just in time for the holiday season, they'll roll those out, so you can get your BB-8 whatever.
Yeah.
Or
I just had one of those thought moments, like me. And the people of my age are the group that have literally lived our whole lives
in the Star Wars
the Star Wars from the beginning to where it is today. And like because let's face it, 77, I was like 4.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just starting to, I knew I didn't really, I had to see a little older to get it. But Strike Back, I remember seeing it in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Jedi, seeing it in the theater. But, I'm that group. And so, people older than me, lived in a time where no one knew what Star Wars was.
Right.
And I just thought about it. I was like, that's kind of a weird thing to think about.
It is odd. You're like the keepers of the key.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, do you really want it? I mean,
yeah, I know.
Once, like I said, the core story is fantastic. But once you get beyond that, it's like, all right. All right. There's only what is, I can't remember. It's like a literary facet, but they say there's only 7 stories that exist.
Yeah.
And every story that you've ever heard is a retelling of one of those 7 stories.
I've heard that kind of
like
stuff,
a molding of that.
Yeah, sure. The plot line, the point of,
boy meets girl, girl
Moral
meets boy, boy meets boy, things like that.
Yeah, well, and I'd argue jokes are probably the same way.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Every joke is based off 6 jokes or whatever.
Let me tell you about a joke called The Aristocrats.
Right. Well, and it's kind of like the music. Every time there's always that one comedian dude, musician guy, that literally will play some riff, and it relates to 57 different songs. You know what I mean? It's the same thing.
Well, it was
it's
funny.
Every song's probably there's 6 different riffs out there, and every song has one of them in it.
We had that situation happen 2 weeks ago here at the station.
Yeah.
Mike was putting something into our country station, like a commercial or something in there, and he has the music play, and I'm in my office, which is adjacent to this studio, whiling away my life working, and Mike goes, "They ripped off Rebel Rebel."
Yeah, I just randomly shout things out.
He goes, "This song, they ripped off Rebel Rebel." I'm like, "Oh, no, that's a sample, dude. It's they paid for that. It's Chris Young, Young Love and Saturday Nights." But and they even reference it in the chorus, "Rebel Rebel."
Yeah. I just it's like, man, they're not even trying to hide it.
It is just funny when you hear random phrases and you're like, is he on the phone? Is he talking to me?
Well, I
they ripped off, as soon as I heard they ripped off Rebel Rebel, and I looked at what was playing currently on country, I'm like, oh, I know where he's going with this. Okay.
I randomly do these things. You got to be on your toes around me.
That's right.
You
got to keep your head on a swivel when you're in a vicious cockfight.
That's right. By the way, you might want to lay low for a few days. Kill the guy with a trident.
Yeah, I murdered a guy with a trident. Yeah, I mean to talk to you about that, Rick.
And then I could jump at the movie too. Is that the ghost of Stonewall Jackson?
Oh, I need to go back and rewatch 2. That is, that's underrated as far as
there is some quality jokes in 2. Is it as better than the first one? No. But
there's
there's some good stuff.
The scene in the RV.
Yes.
We're that's my bowling ball collection. Oh, come over here. Let me show you my snakes and scorpions.
Yeah.
That whole thing. Still to this day, one of my favorite lines of any movie ever, and I use it a lot. We're all the same on the inside, stinky and pink.
That's right. There's some good lines from the second one, too. The whole brick and the shadow, the sun.
There's a black man that follows me.
That's your shadow brick.
Shadow brick.
There's some funny lines.
There really are.
All right. It is 17 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's get you up to date on the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. So we'll stay sunny and warm today, mid-90s. Might be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear with low to mid-60s, and then low to mid-90s for the afternoon high on Thursday, and lots of sunshine. Thursday night looks clear, low 90s and sunny on Friday. Slim chance of a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
Thank you, Steve. Currently, let me flip back to my weather page. Currently, 70 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity's at 76%. Winds are currently out of the south at 9 miles per hour. Expect a high of 95 today under sunny skies with south winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear skies with an overnight low of 63 degrees. South winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. Thursday, a little bit cooler. Sunny, 93 for a high. Winds out of the south early, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Winds will pick up 10 to 15 out for the afternoon tomorrow. Tomorrow night, clear. Overnight low of 63. South winds 10 to 15. They'll drop down 5 to 10 after midnight. Friday, sunny, 91 for a high. Kind of like tomorrow, winds 5 to 10 in the morning out of the south, increasing 10 to 15 for the afternoon. Saturday, we're looking at a 30% chance at afternoon showers, partly cloudy and 91. Sunday, sunny and 91, and then rain chances for next week with highs in the upper 80s. 30% Monday, 20% Tuesday, 88 for highs both days next week. All right, 19 minutes after 9, we're going to take a 3-minute break, and then we're going to play our interview with Dr. Powell from ENMUR. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
Coach, can you talk about the latest trade rumors?
Absolutely. Right now, you can get big money for your trade at Roswell Ford.
Start your season with a win at Roswell Ford. Right now, we need trades. So if you're making payments on your current vehicle and want out early, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to help you escape from your trade. Even if you owe thousands more than it's worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. With 0% APR and no payments for 90 days. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Roswell Ford has partnered with more aggressive lenders who will push to approve your credit with great terms, with good credit, no credit, or even if your credit is less than perfect. All roads lead to huge American-made savings, more for your trade, and a better buying experience. Get on board at Roswell Ford, 821 North Main Street in beautiful Roswell. Call 575-623-3673 or online at roswellford.com. 0 APR for 48 months is $28.83 per thousand finance. Interest accrues for date of sale. Subject to lender approval on select vehicles. Offers not combined.
Who doesn't think the dentist is a big deal? I know what you're thinking. What will they find? How much will it hurt? What are my options? Hi, this is Dr. Sarah Usher, and I am here to tell you that here at Carabelli Dental, it is our job to put you at ease. With options like sedation dentistry, you can rest assured that regardless of what dental work you might need, you can get it done while resting comfortably. Call our office now and speak to our knowledgeable staff about setting up your new patient appointment.
Come see the team at Carabelli Dental or call 575-622-4455.
What does it mean for a roofing contractor to have heart? How about braving a 24-hour road trip with a bad back and a 20-foot-long trailer through Interstate 40? You heard that right. A local business needed a new roof, but this business did not want just any roof. They desired a schoolhouse roof with red shingles. Well, we wanted to give our customers exactly what they were asking for. The only problem was that the red color of shingle they were looking for had been discontinued in our local region. But we didn't give up then. We were told by our supplier that the schoolhouse red color of shingle that we were looking for was still available in Arkansas. So we did what was expected of us and drove 24 hours, and we delivered on our promise. If you need a roofer who delivers on their promises, call Trustmark Roofing today at 575-755-7663.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
It's too bad the Eastern New Mexico State Fair doesn't have a category for weeds, because with all the rain we've had, they'd be giving out lots of blue ribbons. Hi, this is Ben Manette from Roswell Seed Company. We have powerful products to get rid of the hardiest weeds, and most important, we can tell you exactly how and when to use them to get the job done. Yeah, this year's weeds are certainly impressive, but at least they're green.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
Joining us in studio this morning, Dr. Sean Powell back with us from Eastern New Mexico University, Roswell. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, sir. Doing well. Thank you for having me today.
As always, it's a pleasure to have you on the show here. Of course, the big deal is the air races. Things are going to go a little bit different, not only for Eastern, but for the school district and pretty much any ante at the south end of the town this week. Things are a little different this week with air races.
We are remote. Early College High School, University High School, Sidney Gutierrez is remote this week. And so we're looking at all of the people that are going to be coming in today and then tomorrow and through the rest of the weekend. So we are preparing for that and just working with INCAR and the Reno Air Race Association to make sure that we can provide some services for them.
Well, and this is really cool, and this is, for locals too, but, tell, folks that are going to be staying out down at that end of town and RV parking or, in lodging of some sort out there. The campus is going to kind of be like a little recreation center for everybody after hours, after racing hours. Each night they're going to have, the pool's going to be open. They're going to be doing a movie night. There's all kind of events all week long for, it's predominantly for people kind of out there, but shoot, bring your family on, come watch a movie or come swim. It's open to everybody. So
that's right. Yes, our swimming pool will be open from 6 to 9, Wednesday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
The dining hall is going to be open 6 to 9 on campus. The gym, the physical education center, that's open now, and people can come in and work out and take showers. That's going to be open 5 to 9.
Who knows? Maybe in a pickup game of basketball or something may start up.
That might happen. And then, like you said, we're working with the Conquistador Council of Boy Scouts, Scouting America, for movie nights. The Scouts are doing fundraisers, and so they're going to be showing some movies that are aviation related.
Oh, yeah.
And those are on
some classics.
The ENMU Roswell Facebook pages and social media. Rocketeer, Iron Eagle, Planes, lots of different movies that they're going to be showing.
To this day, the Iron Eagle, that movie, and what cracks me up is if anybody that's a sports fan or NFL fan, there is an announcer that works, and I don't think he's a sports athlete, but he's a professional announcer. His name is Ian Eagle.
Oh, okay.
IAN Eagle. That's his name. And so every time Ian Eagle, I go right to that movie and every time to die, Ian Eagle. Sorry, it's just my nostalgia thing. I love that. You Can Mess With Me, Doug Masters. That movie is a classic in my head. So it's entertaining. I'll go with that. Accuracy, but entertaining, yes.
I think we worked with the Racing Association to pick out some aviation themed.
Well, those are humdinger.
movies.
That's a humdinger. Go take your kid. Come on, every dude and every parent or grandparent at this point that around my age, you know Iron Eagle like I know Iron Eagle, and you gotta expose your kids and grandkids to that. You gotta Louis Gossett Jr. at his best. I mean, he got the Oscar for Officer and a Gentleman. Real work was Iron Eagle.
I think that one's going to be Saturday night is when we're going to show that one. That'll be at 6 o'clock at the Performing Arts Center on campus.
Yeah.
And absolutely. Everyone in town is welcome to come and join us. Again, the swimming pool, the gym, the dining hall, and then the movies in association with Scouting Council, and just working to try to make things a little easier for folks that are here out of town, and especially those that are camped out at the Air Center now.
Yeah, absolutely. Where sometimes, especially navigating around stuff might be a little busy and hard, and so if they can, hey, we'll just take a short walk and get some dinner and go see a movie or whatever, or go get a swim. That's perfect. So please, and like I said, locals come out and enjoy a meal and some swimming and some movies and support and come meet some air racers and stuff, and maybe make some friends and some new connections, and then who knows, then take them out to dinner, take them downtown to one of the steakhouses or something.
Well, the way we tried to do this is it's just to be real simplistic. So it's $5 admission for the pool, the gym, and the movies, just $5 per person.
Yeah.
And we're wanting to help the air races. We want to help the community, especially the folks that are in the south part of town, to be able to be part of all of these events.
Absolutely. So, and I get it. After a day of racing and out in the hot sun, you're probably ready to kick back and kind of relax a little bit. And poolside or in the cool, dark theater watching a movie might be just the perfect thing for that. So.
Right.
Absolutely. So, yes. So, please come be a part of that, and tell if you got friends down there and stuff. Some great fun. Go head on over to the campus there and get involved in some of the stuff there. So,
yeah.
But of course, like you said, remote learning for everything else. So I'm sure classes, instructors, and everybody talked with their students, and they're on their same page on what they're supposed to be doing this week. So, if not, you might want to get with somebody.
Well, I think we got the announcements out for students, and they understood as part of the syllabus and the courses that this week was going to be remote. So
good deal. Well, and then if you got some extra free time now, come on out and check out the races and come, get involved with some of the other extracurricular activities this week on the campus.
Absolutely.
Are many of the student services going to be open this week on campus? Like if they need to see any of the, I don't know, the main office's financial aid, or if they need to visit like some of the vet reps or some of the financial or the kitchen, the pantries, or any of that type of stuff.
So if they need to reach someone, I'd suggest calling by phone or emailing the individuals because they're working remotely
as well. Okay,
kind of like we did during COVID-19, where everybody was remote.
So some services maybe, but some are on hiatus for the week. Here.
Physical plant and security are on campus. Pretty much everyone else is
working remotely.
But
I'm sure if you need resources and things, reach out. They'll put you in touch with people, and they can get something set up or going, or get something put together. If you have food insecurities or any of those type of issues,
absolutely,
reach out. They'll put something together.
if someone needs, and we'll make that happen.
Yeah.
And the best number to call this week truly is our security line, because they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's 575-624-7180. And you can find this number also on our website, just the campus security number. We have officers on duty, and there's going to be increased officers as the week continues.
Sure. Obviously, there's more foot traffic, more folks out there, more security needed to keep everything going as it should be out there.
Yes.
I imagine a lot of people are going to, to be honest, security is probably going to be your directional officers. Because that's what most people are like, hey, where's the gym at? Where's the, because there's a lot of new people now. Where's the, follow your nose, you'll find the cafeteria. But most of them, they're going to be just giving people directions on how to navigate from point A to point B around there. So.
Yes.
But I'd also remind folks, too, that, if you're down there and stuff, like you said, we're going to have a lot of folks that are new to the area and out of town. Be gracious hosts. If they ask questions, directions, help them out, If they ask for favorites, this is something, brag on your town a little bit. That's something I always like doing when you have new folks in town and they're saying, hey, where's a good place to eat around here? Tell them where you love eating. Tell them your place you'd eat. Or hey, I'm looking for a good place to shop for whatever. Where do you do that? Tell them where you like to do that. Brag on your town a little bit. Support our local businesses by doing that kind of stuff. So be good, gracious. I mean, we always are. Every time we have UFO Fest or any type of event where we're bringing in a lot of out of town folks, we do a great job, and just keep her going this week as well too with our air races.
And I think you're on the right track. The UFO Festival in the past, Hike It and Spike It, and then the flag football tournament that's come along after that. We've had large groups of people here in the time that I've been here, the last 7 years, and this is another step forward in that evolution of looking to see what the city can offer and provide. And we were chosen from a national search. Roswell, New Mexico was chosen.
Absolutely.
And it was because of the airport. It was because of the medical services, but it was also because of all the town support and the community support that was perceived when those decisions were made.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would encourage everyone to get involved and, go down to the air races and talk to the people and see what's going on.
Learn about this new thing that's going to be a part of our culture here in Roswell, southeast New Mexico. It's going to, that it's here to stay the way I see it, and it's going to get better and better each year. Yeah, we're learning lessons, and we're going to learn some lessons this week. This is it. And I like to point out the Reno, 60 years they were doing that thing, and it grew. That to they've been doing it for 60 years there, and they're really good at it. And so we're at year one. We got to do some catching up first. We got to get the experience and the understanding of it, and that's what this week's going to be. Really, we're gonna learn about each other this week. We're gonna learn, what their world's like, and they're gonna, learn about us and learn about our community, and we're creating that relationship this week. And so let's all do our part to make it a good one.
That's a great idea, and I would support that wholeheartedly. And I know there's questions about the air races this year, but Mike, like you said, they were in Reno for 60 years, and it didn't start out.
Yeah, I'm sure that first one wasn't as smooth as butter either.
Well, and I haven't talked to anyone about the history of the air races, but I'm guessing that they were much smaller events, and
they probably had a half dozen airplane or something, and now they got hundreds of them. So yeah, it's a different table. But we're going to get there, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be a great week this week too. It's going to be fun, and it's going to be great. Yeah, there's going to be a few moments that we're going to feel overwhelmed or like what, but we're going to get through it. We're going to and we're going to learn those lessons. And next year we're going to be a little smarter and have a little bit more information and make it a little better next year. And that's right. I'd say after a few years of this under our belt, it'll be a well-oiled machine, and all the talk people have about this and that, and every time change happens and the good, the bad, the ugly that comes that all goes away, and it's just the air races in Roswell.
Yes,
that's what's going to happen. So it just takes time.
Yeah, and I think we just have to keep moving, like you're saying, and supporting the event and supporting the local community, and looking to see what we can do to bring more tourism and more support for commercial enterprise here in Roswell.
This is going to lead to bigger and this is really setting the table for a real boom opportunity down at the south end of the town. Obviously, the campus is right in the heart of all of that, but as far as opportunities for other potential things coming there, and this could slowly turn us into, we're known equally for the aliens and the airplanes. And what I mean by that, like when they think of Roswell, New Mexico, some people will say airplanes before they say aliens. You know what I mean? That's where I think this level could come to, where they just that's if you want to get into flying or want to learn about flying or see the history of flying or understand, Roswell is going to be a place where people turn for that kind of stuff, and that's what we're leading to.
And I do want to give a shout out to the Reno Air Race Association and Fred Telling, Bobby Thompson, and the other board members that they have here that have been supportive of not only the choice to come to Roswell, but they're supporting students. So they have scholarships for our aviation maintenance technology students on campus that they've offered. I think there's 5 $10,000 scholarships that they have put forward. And so we're working with them to make sure the students know about them so they can apply.
Higher, better paying, family supporting type careers here in our community. That's what this is all leading to, is more of that growth.
Well, and it is disruptive. Having come here from Wyoming and having lived in Cheyenne Frontier Days, the world's largest outdoor rodeo, it's a 10-day event.
Yeah.
And the town, isn't much bigger than Roswell.
Sure. This is very on par. Yeah.
And the Sturgis Bike Rally, again, another event that happens in a small town.
Another internationally known event. Yeah.
And so there's lots of precedent for these types of things to really help the community, help the town grow.
Sure.
And so I'm looking forward to getting this week over and then looking at the lessons learned and improving, like you said, for next year.
Yeah. And by the way, it's just really cool. Like if you get a chance to see these races, and it's straight cool. I don't care who you are. If you're seeing these planes zip around and doing this stuff, it gets the juices going. It just does. It's a lot of fun.
And they have lots of different types of races. They have the pylon races for most of the classes, but they have one called Stole Drag. And this is where they take off. They're flying about 10 feet off the ground for 2,000 feet. They land, turn around, and then go back. And it's just like a regular drag race.
That's pretty cool.
They have these planes, and they're on the runway, and they're like 20 feet apart. And that's how they do their operation. So the training that's going on, the FAA is helping out with that and overseeing it. That's to make sure that the operations are safe and the pilots know how to operate in this new environment.
Yeah, it's a lot of this racing and stuff is, a lot of it does seem by the seat of your pants, and surely it is, but it's all training. It's all, we're not at the level with Thunderbirds and Blue Angels and what they're going through, but it's kind of in that same ballpark in how these pilots are training and things like that. Yeah, it's not to go watch one of those documentaries on Prime or one of those about either one, Blue Angels or Thunderbirds, and the precision and how they do that. It's really cool to watch, but But that's what we're talking about here is that level of practice and doing it. And these pilots, they do these things hundreds of times in their sleep and in real life. And that's, that's what they're getting ready for. So, yeah. So when you see it this week and you're like, wow, this is crazy. It's like, trust me, it's controlled chaos. It is, but everything is done. They know exactly, what's going on, and accidents happen. Absolutely. But as dangerous as it may appear, it is safer than you think, if that makes sense.
Well, lots of training goes into it for
Absolutely.
sure.
Don't get me wrong. It's exciting and everything else. So please, if you get a chance, get out there and watch some of the races this week. I hope you do. And certainly get out there into the air shows and see the different military flyovers and other shows they've got scheduled throughout the week. Each day they've got different events like that. And hopefully down the road we'll see these. And they'll, because I think in Reno at one point they were getting like Thunderbirds and Blue Angels that would show up on occasion at some of those. I hope we get to a point where we're on their schedule too. It's down the road here. That'd be nice.
I think they have one of the two of them, and I can't remember which one for 26.
Okay, good deal.
So it was just a matter of
I'm a
the changeover.
Thunderbirds guy, but that's because of Air Force. But they're
Sure.
both amazing.
Sure.
Blue Angels are awesome too.
Right.
I'm just, I'm proud of my guys.
I would go with the Thunderbirds.
Yeah,
also.
they're our guys. That's our team.
Go from the Air Force side.
That's
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, F-18s are cool, but I love them 16.
Right.
I like the Hoovers. That's what we as maintainers call them because their engine's real low to the ground and they suck up everything. So we call them Hoovers. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But yeah, please, if you get a chance, come out and support this week. And of course, if you do have any questions, if you're a student or anything, and you have normal business out there and you're not sure, like I said, call the campus or call, like I said, call security. That's probably the best, quickest way to get to anything. But if not, reach out to your professors or counselors via email or text or however you normally communicate with them and get in touch with them.
Yes.
Good deal. What else do we want to put on people's radar?
Well, I think, we have an 8-week, we're 3 weeks into the semester now, and I think ahead to the next 8-week session that we're going to have. So we'll have some classes coming up at the midway point in the semester around October, and it would be good for folks that are interested in trying to get into something and trying to see
if you're trying to get like a
classes are
degree plan a little
available.
faster and time's a little bit of an issue, you offer these condensed. Now, it's the same amount of coursework. It's just in half the time, which means it's faster paced, which means you do have to be on the ball for these. But if you're on a timeline or you're wanting to get that degree or whatever your end game is, as soon as faster rather than later, then these 8-week courses can be right in your alley. So now's the time to sign up for that next batch of 8-week courses.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I thought
it
I
happens.
Had that silence. I apologize for that.
It's a Murphy's Law. If you don't do it, they will call you. It's a guarantee.
It will.
I always turn mine off, but the one day I forget, someone calls. Guaranteed.
So we have the 8-week semester coming up. So I'd go online, see what classes are going to be offered that you might be interested in taking. Also, we have workforce training going on, the CDL training that we've talked about in the past. Chris Bullard is the director of the workforce training, and so he would be the fellow to get in touch with on our campus regarding the CDL training. We have some drone training that's happening. And then also in conjunction with the air races, there's going to be 3,000 to 5,000 students that come out from the different school districts. And so they're going to be exposed to a STEM zone out at the Air Center.
That's the family or school day, whatever they call it. They're having out at the races. One of the days are designated for students.
And they're doing the STEM zone, I think Monday through or Wednesday.
Oh, it's part of the whole
Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I don't think they're doing it during the finals, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
And so we'll have individuals from campus involved with that from the STEM side and showing them what programs we have. They have stored some materials at our campus as they make the preparation and change over from Reno to Roswell.
Okay.
And so we're eager to be a part of that. And again, I just think there's lots of information about aviation that's going to be forthcoming, and lots of opportunities for careers, whether it's in the flying side or the maintenance side or even the business side of it. There's lots of
and
lots
you can
of
get it all
opportunities.
right here. You don't have to go travel. You can do it right here in your own home backyard kind of thing. And you and I have had these conversations multiple times. Y'all see what's going on in the world. You see the airline industry and the delays and the different just things going on. And in the big picture, there is we need more mechanics to pilots to ticketing agents to traffic control operators, all of the above they need. And so if you're looking for an industry that's quickly booming and needing more and qualified and offering good pay and things like that, talk to the college. There might be some great opportunities for you to get involved. And I'm telling you right now, if you got your certified A&P license to be a mechanic, you can in the airline on airplanes, you can write your own ticket. People are begging to have you come. You can stay here. You can go anywhere in the world you want to with that. So.
Well, and that AMT program is full this year. We're very excited about that. The staff and faculty have worked very hard to recruit students into the program and make sure students know about it. I think that's going to be another thing that the students from the Roswell School District, Hagerman, Dexter, Lake Arthur, Artesia, there's going to be other school districts that come in. They'll learn more about aviation, and then they'll find out more about our campus as well.
Absolutely. So, yeah, definitely, please. Again, this is part of this thing. We talk about the air races and stuff. We were, by default, it's natural for ENMUR to engage in this because, we all know that's an old Air Force base. There's burnaways. It just makes sense that the resources are there. But now with the air races bringing their people into the fold with partnering with the campus, it really does create a bigger opportunity, puts us on a bigger stage for this type of stuff, creating more stuff. And like you said, more services, more programs, more opportunities for both entities, for them, for you, for everybody.
The creating new programs. So we do have a ballot question that's coming up on the election, early voting October 7th, and then the election is November 4th. And that ballot question is going to ask to raise a mill levy. So it is an increase in tax. But what I would encourage people to do is find out about that, call us, ask us about it. We have some dinners and presentations we're doing that we're inviting people to come to.
Sure.
I would say please come and learn about that because we're looking at this tax to increase career and technical education. And it's easy to say, well, we can't afford a new tax right now. That's a short-term look. But if you want to think long-term, I know that people need electricians, plumbers, HVAC technicians. They need all of these different healthcare workers.
Yeah.
So a couple of programs we're looking at right off the bat, if the mill levy were to pass, would be a physical therapy assistance program because we know PTAs in this part of the state are needed.
Anybody that's had to get one and have to drive an hour or more to get to one, understand that one. Yeah.
And then the other one is a heavy diesel program. One of our legislators called me from our area. He had a friend whose son graduated in May from high school, and he asked if we had a diesel program, and I said no, and he said, well, he wants to be a diesel mechanic. He ended up in Albuquerque because Hobbs doesn't have one, Carlsbad doesn't have one, we don't have one, but that's one that we're looking at building because we know that there's a need
there's a demand,
there's a need for that heavy diesel work.
Especially this line of this part of the country where there are so many industries and businesses that rely on much of that equipment to get the job done around this part of the state. So we need more of that here. Absolutely.
So yeah, please look at our Facebook page if there's dates that you'd like to come out to one of the presentations and dinners. Please let us know.
Please
You're welcome to be out there. Members of the public are welcome.
My 2 cents on this, there's not that anybody asked, but like you said, it's a tax increase and things. I look at this as that investment more than been calling it a tax or you can call it whatever you want to call it. I don't care. Whatever makes you sleep at night. But the way I look at it is it's that investment or that like the investing an ounce of prevention now is going to prevent a big amount of pain down the road. And what I mean by that is exactly what you're saying. This is investing in our future so that the next, that the resources we are lacking now, we're not going to be lacking anymore. And anytime we can create growth or education opportunities to better this area, that's something we desperately need more. You look at the national numbers, and I'm talking statewide about, we're always 49th and 50th in these education, crime, the ones that a lot of people look at when they talk about living at places and stuff. We're usually in the bottom of these lists. How do you get them out of the bottom? Through things like this, investing in things like this, by saying, yes, we need to vote on this bond in favorably so we can get these programs, get these opportunities created, so we can slowly stop being number 49 and 50th at the bottoms of these lists, and we start creeping into the upper 40s and into the 30s, and then, into these more numbers we want to see and see in a community. But how do you change that? It literally is stuff like this, saying, you know what, I'm willing to vote to make that investment. Yes, it's going to cost us a little bit more now, but think of down the road what we're going to get back from that investment now. And that's the way I see it. Now, you can disagree with me or agree. I don't, that's entirely you. But I look at it as us trying to make our community better, and in the way our system works and how the money flows, and this is how you do it. So.
Well, and I think in bringing this forward, just understand the funding that we would receive if this is to pass, then it would all go into career and technical education programming.
Mm-hmm.
That's a ongoing thing. So we would be able to continue to be dynamic with the CTE programs and really help the individuals get to a place. You mentioned aviation maintenance as one of the local areas, all of the healthcare areas, so that one person gets that training and that capability to go out and do that job, and then that impacts their family, and it in turn impacts the community.
And those are industries that are constantly evolving and growing, and what is current today is not current 2 years from now. You know what I mean? It's constantly changing and evolving as we make advances in these fields and we understand more, and that reflects in the training, because guess what? Every time one of these things happen, that mammo whatever machine that the college invested in is no longer viable because of the science and everything. So now they got to get the mammo something 2000 that's one above that covers, and that's not cheap to do that. So to stay on that cutting edge, to make sure that the students that walk across the stage are the most qualified students, so when they actually get to their jobs, they don't have to retrain them on everything because they're ready to go to work, and that's what this is about in doing that.
And that's our job, is to make sure that students that graduate are enter the workforce or go on to that 4-year degree.
Yeah.
And we have lots of collective 2+2 agreements with our host campus up in Portales. And so there's just lots of opportunities where people can come to our campus in Roswell, and then they would be synchronous learning or online learning, or some classes that might even take place down here, and they could finish a bachelor's degree here. We have a lot of our, for example, nursing students. They'll come in, do their nursing program with us, go out in the workforce, and then finish up their BSN through Portales.
Sure.
And it's designed for working professionals.
Absolutely. And that's the thing too with a lot of these careers in that industry, whether it's nursing or respiratory therapy, whatever, doesn't matter. You're always educating, you're always evolving there, and so that it makes perfect sense, and that's why working this way through the college, because let's just face it, doctors and nurses, they're always schooling, as the changes, or they're trying to advance to, because in case you don't know, there's more than just nurse. You just roll in and there's nurse. There's lots of levels of nurses. There's nurses that are practically doctors, everything from your standard basic nurse, but there's lots of levels in between, and they're always striving and growing to get to those marks and things because it's just like any other career field. You get the certificates, you get the, more money, more opportunity, more just growth, just like any other job. And so it's really a great way to do that, where they, like you said, they get their nurse and they've got basically all the credentials to now be in the industry, but the job is always evolving. They're always getting more. And so now they're going for their next batch of initials to put onto their title and things like that.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. And the college wants to make sure that regardless of what level you're at, you can keep going along with the system to achieve those goals. The 10th of price. I mean, I'm just telling you here, through the Eastern New Mexico University program, whether it's the Roswell campus or going to Portales and stuff. Cost is a thing, and guess what? English 101 is the exact same class. It's about 3 times the price at various institutions versus at an Eastern, and that's all I'm saying is that's the type of stuff to consider. Sure, it's great to have prestigious titles and things like that, but a degree is important, and degree is if it's an accredited college, it's a good degree.
Right. Absolutely. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And you could pay a lot of money for it, or you could pay less money for it. What would you like to do?
Well, and we hope you would say come to UNM Roswell.
That's all I'm pointing out is,
That's right.
I'm not a math wizard, but I know a little math. Very good. We're almost out of time. Is there any other information we definitely wanted to share before I got a sidetracked or sidebarred?
I just want to go back over, we are going to have, starting Wednesday, so tomorrow, the swimming pool will be open 6 to 9, the dining hall 6 to 9, the gym 5 to 9, and then movie night with the Conquistador Council of Scouts. And that's all going to start around 6 o'clock. And those movies are $5 a piece. The gym's $5, and swimming pool's $5. We wanted to try to keep it easy.
Yeah, it's cheap and easy, and come make family memories and come have fun. And like we said, it's not just for folks that are kind of camped out at that end of town for the week. Bring your whole families. It's open to the public. And like I said, I challenge you to find a cheaper night than $5 movie night or pool night for the family. You're not going to find it. So
sure.
Shoot, you can't even go to McDonald's for dinner out of, and not drop $80 in there for feeding everybody. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Dr. Powell, always appreciate the visit. Anything else we can do, don't hesitate. And folks, if you have any questions about anything, give out the security number one more time for the campus.
So the campus security number 575-624-7180.
That if you want to talk to a live person on the campus this week, that's the best way to do it. Like you said, everything other than really essential services are remote working this week from the campus.
Yes.
Because of the air race. Good deal. Well, thank you, sir. And we'll see you next time. And unfortunately, he's not remote. He's got to go back to his
That's
office.
right.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you next time.
Valley News Updates. I'm Jared Sorrello. Thanks for joining us. Eastern New Mexico University has released its enrollment data. The results showing continued enrollment growth, with the university exceeding 6,000 students for the first time since 2018. And only the 4th time in the school's history. Total enrollment is 6,002 students for the fall 2025 semester. The university says the growth continues an upward trend at ENMU, with enrollment increasing by 265 students from fall of 2024 and by just over 1,000 students since fall of 2021. The ENMU Graduate School also set new records, total enrollment growing by 8.5%, to a record high of 1,614 graduate students. On Tuesday, workers at the Artesia Senior Center dropped off some handmade artwork at the airport. The city says the aviation-themed artwork will be wonderful additions to the remodeling work that's being done at the airport. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorrello.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We have high pressure covering the southwestern states, and that'll hang around for a while. So we'll stay sunny and warm today, mid-90s. Might be a little bit breezy. Overnight will be clear with low to mid-60s, and then low to mid-90s for the afternoon high on Thursday, and lots of sunshine. Thursday night looks clear, low 90s and sunny on Friday. Slim chance of a shower Saturday, sunny Sunday. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton, and that's your latest forecast.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Apple has rolled out its next generation of iPhones. It includes a new ultra-thin model and a slight price hike for one of its high-end models. The iPhone 17 lineup includes a new slimmed-down model that will adopt the Air name that Apple already uses for its sleekest iPads and Mac computers. A federal court has ruled embattled Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook can remain in her job while she fights President Trump's efforts to fire her. Mr. Trump cites allegations of mortgage fraud. Cook's attorneys argue a president can only fire a Fed governor for cause. Shares of Oracle surged more than 32% in off-hours trading after it reported the signing of 4 multi-billion-dollar contracts that would push its cloud infrastructure revenue up 77% this fiscal year. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
How do you find a roofing contractor you can trust? You can randomly pick one, cross your fingers and hope for the best, or maybe you can ask a psychic to predict who's trustworthy. Here's a better idea. Choose one who prefers using America's most trusted roofing brand, Owens Corning. And rest easy, because Owens Corning screens their contractors for reliability, professionalism, and customer service. Why take any chances? Owens Corning, trusted contractors, proven products. For an Owens Corning preferred contractor, visit owenscorning.com/roofing.
For a free estimate, give Do Right Roofing a call today. 575-623-2273.
Find them fast in names and numbers.
Are you experiencing persistent symptoms like arthritis, fibromyalgia, pain, fatigue, brain fog, or respiratory issues that conventional medicine hasn't resolved? It could be due to underlying causes such as mold toxicity or autoimmune imbalances. At Roswell Medical Clinic, our functional medicine practitioners take a holistic approach, using advanced diagnostics to identify these root causes and create custom treatment plans that may include dietary changes, supplements, and detoxification protocols. Discover how functional medicine can transform your health. Contact us at 575-317-3311 or visit 111